Morning! Oh my god, I can hear myself. Which means you can hear myself. Which means you get 2 Maxis today? There you go. That should fix it. Hi, Ronnie! Hi, Dallas. Hi, Dale. I knew something was gonna go wrong. I just knew it. Because I sat down, and I lost track of time, and next thing I knew, it was 10:50, and I'm like, I have 6 minutes to get this stream going. Hello, everyone. How y'all doing today?
Welcome back.
Welcome.
I've been waiting for this.
How are y'all doing on this beautiful, wonderful Tuesday? It's Tuesday, isn't it? Let's see, we're live. We're live. We're live. I'm alive. The rumors of my perishing have been greatly exaggerated. Yo, hi, Fade Leaf. Hello, hello.
I've been waiting for this.
Fellas, I got a great stream for you today. Yo! Oh my god, thank you! Thank you, Dallas. Thank you so much for the support. Oh my god, Dallas, thank you! Oh my god. Kitty's gonna be so happy. Thank you, Dallas. Okay, I haven't even explained the shtick for today's stream, but thank you! Also, hi, Prism. Hello, hello, hello. I mean, I feel like we have like 2 minutes left, which is nothing. 2 minutes flies by. So first off, how's everyone doing today? Dale, you're making an Itasha of Onegai Teacher. I haven't thought of Onegai Teacher in so long. I really haven't thought about Onegai Teacher in so long. Holy crap. It's putting me in a place that I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to be in this place right now, but nonetheless. I was thinking of anime from the early 2000s. I was primarily thinking about Chobits, the anime adaptation of Chobits, particularly the dub with the incredible Crispin Freeman as the voice of the main character. He did so good. There are some English dubs that elevate the anime, and Crispin Freeman's oh my god, what's his name? Wait, hold up. Hideki? Chobits' main character. Hideki, thank you! His performance as Hideki elevates the entirety of Chobits, I'm sorry. Big shoutouts to Ronnie, by the way, for immediately solving the problem for me. Anyways, that's it. It's 11 a.m. in sunny California. Let's dive it right at the count of 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. It's me, Maxi, your navigator. In this messed up world. Hello, everyone. First and foremost, I want to let you know that tomorrow is going to be my wifey's birthday. Please stay seated. As you have no doubt surmised from the thumbnail of this video and the title, I am in fact making Zetamon entirely so I can buy my wife more Pokemon cards. This is true. I mean, it's the reason why I do anything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No worries, Ronnie. I got you. No, it's just, I'm doing a stream on Nomiya's channel tomorrow, and like Kitty's working. We can't do like a Maxi and Kitty stream this week. So I decided, you know what? I still want you all to know that it's my wifey's birthday. And if you would like to spoil me and my wife, gotta rip him off. Proximon. Thank you, Dallas. I very much appreciate it. So as you can tell from the top left corner of the stream, today's stream features wifey's funky mode. The new wifey funky mode. Any and all donations that come in during today's stream will in fact go towards one thing, and that is towards spoiling my wife. So if you enjoy the stream, if you enjoy what I do, and you enjoy my incredible, funny, hilarious wifey Kitty, and would like to spoil her, do go to coffee.com/mkirin or donate through YouTube. Either way is perfectly fine. I also want to say, by the way, already, thank you so much, Dallas, for already donating. Thank you! And with that, the schedule for this week. Welcome to my stream. In case you don't know who I am, what are you doing here? Secondly, the name is Maxi. My pronouns are they, them. I am your navigator in this crazy world of creativity and hyperchargedness. That's right. High energy. This is a high energy stream. High energy. If you're low energy, guess you're getting high energy today. Also, hi Sapphire, welcome in.
Welcome back.
Yo, hell yeah. So here's a plan for this week, by the way. It's actually a pretty straightforward and simple plan. The Simple Plan, isn't that the name of like a rock band from the 2010s? Anyways, so today is Zetamon design. We'll be working on moves today, by the way. I've been kind of postponing working on moves. Dale asks, what are my thoughts on Onegai Teacher? I watched like the first it must have been like the first 6 episodes. I must have. I thought it was alright. I wasn't expecting the entire soft plot about there literally being a pregnancy. Like anime never talks about pregnancy, so I'm like, holy crap, we have a teenage pregnancy in this show? Crazy. Yeah, Ronnie's addicted to V Rising. It's such a Ronnie game. Like, it really is a Ronnie game. So, fellas, could we please have a moment of silence for Cowboy Ronnie? Cowboy Ronnie's dead. Long-lived Vampire Ronnie. That's right. If you don't know, my good friend Ronnie, also known as Moontomes in chat, just wrapped up their Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough. So Cowboy Ronnie's dead, unfortunately, but you know what? We're back to Vampire Ronnie. Good enough for me. Dale asks, how weird is Onegai Teacher compared to Midori Days? Not weird at all. Midori Days is a weird-ass show. I keep wanting to go back, because I'm like, how are they possibly gonna end Midori Days? Holy shit, Chippy's here. Yo, hi, Chippy! Hello, hi, little guy, hello. Let me hit you with one of these, by the way.
Hey, bud.
There you go, there's Chippy, there's Chippo. Hi, Erasmo. And to people joining us today right now, by the way, if this is your first time, please check the rules in the description. Or perish. I'm doing pretty good today, Erasmo. How about you? So the plan for this week, by the way, is in fact Zetamon design. Literally today, it's happening right now. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on Nomiya's stream. Anyways, tomorrow I'm gonna be on Nomiya's stream playing Chrono Trigger. We'll be playing Chronomia Trigger, by the way. And then on Thursday, get ready because new co-op. The co-op never stops on the stream. I'll be playing Dark Souls 3 Seamless co-op with myself, always myself. Plaguesworth and Siska. Siska will be walking us through Siska's second favorite game of all time, Dark Souls 3. I thought Siska's favorite game was Elden Ring. Why is Dark Souls 3 the second one? Anyways, we'll get... No. Baldur's Gate is number 1. If Baldur's Gate is number 1, and Dark Souls 3 is number 2, where does that put Elden Ring? Anyways. I love you, Chippy. Yo, Maxi cross Maxi collab. Could you imagine the craziest collab of all time? Me, myself, and I. That's right. It's actually an entire stream of me. It's an entire stream of me just singing ABBA song. Wait, Me, Myself, and I. That is an ABBA song, right? I'm not just making that up. Did I just invent an ABBA song, by the way, in my head? Other than that, do I have any funny images to show you? I really don't. I haven't been doodling. But we'll get back to that in time. I don't know if we're doing Monster Hunter on Sunday. Nomiya has not gotten back to me. Nomiya has not, and probably will not get back to me, because Nomiya lives by their own rules. Nomiya is a messed up little guy. Nomiya's no longer talking to me because I like the song Gnarly by Cat's Eye. So we'll see what happens with Sara this week. I pinned it in just in case, because I can't do next week. So we'll see. Sara may go on like a 2-week hiatus, but that's life. We make it work over here. Other than that, no stream on Friday and no Saturday. There will be, I swear to God, there will be some D&D this month on the 24th, if I remember correctly. So keep an eye out for that. Sara may or may not Sara. It's so true. And one more time, I want to remind everyone that the purpose of today's stream is in fact to work on my upcoming tabletop role-playing game inspired by Pokemon's Zetamon, but also is to raise money for me wife. If you would like to spoil my wife for their birthday, go to coffee.com/Kirin. Anyways, I should offer rewards. It's like a reward. Perhaps I should offer a reward. Perhaps, you know what? Everyone who donates, I will draw your Zetamon. There you go. Maxi, that's definitely not a last-minute addition to the plans, is it? It is in fact Kitty Day. Yeah. Kitty Day is officially tomorrow, but I'm not streaming on this channel tomorrow, so... And it would be a little bit weird if I was, like, asking for donations on Nomiya's channel, so, like, that's why we're doing it here. And yes, the title of the stream is correct. I'm making this game exclusively so I can buy my wife more Pokemon cards. Damn it, I just realized the tip of the letter F is yellow. Fellas, I'm gonna have to cancel the stream. I have to redo the entire stream schedule. Alright, so Fade Leaf asked a question, which is a perfect segue into talking about Zetamon today. Please don't look at what I have written here. Just ignore it, by the way. In fact, what can I show you that won't... There you go. We'll just leave it at La Boy. So, Fade Leaf asked, how does this game differentiate between different members of the same species of Zetamon? So, as we have established previously, the biggest enemy of this game is computation. In a video game like Pokemon, or Digimon or whatever, you can afford to have minute differences between all of the different creatures of the same species. You can have multiple Pikachus that have different little stats, and that's fine because it has computation. I don't want to have a whole system of IVs and EVs and natures. Please don't mind the fact that there's in fact the word nature on the screen right here. Don't worry about that. It means something else. The way that I'm doing it is that the moves that Zetamon learn are not set in stone. What I mean is that in Pokemon, the moves that your Pokemon learn are basically like set in stone for them. You either learn them through level up, and that's a pool of moves that have been decided for you by Game Freak, or you learn from a pool of TM moves or HM moves that have also been decided by Game Freak. Dallas says, but how am I supposed to figure out the probability of Ash having at least one shiny Taurus? Got him. Let me clear my throat. So Prism, this wasn't intended, but you have actually kind of nailed it. I have been playing Yokai Watch. Perhaps this was a subconscious decision. Natures in this game, I might rename them to Instincts, just to kind of get away from the Pokemon comparison, but nonetheless, the nature is the way that the creature behaves in the wild, and this it serves two purposes. Number one, it gives you an idea of how the creature behaves in gives you an idea of how the creature would perform. Sorry, I completely got combo broken there. It gives you an idea of how the creature behaves in the wild. There's different personalities, whether there's just little lazy creatures that just literally laze around all day, creatures that actually like trailblaze the wilderness, creatures that actually spend time with other creatures of different species, and then of course there's also the little shits, the creatures that just run around quite literally, stealing from others, being little menaces, you know. Now, that's one half. One half is the fiction of the story, you know. For instance, this Laboboy has a lazy nature, which means that it is a lazy boy. It doesn't do anything. It just lays around all day, which I mean, like, that's the life. But anyways, the other half is that the natures have a pre-built-in, essentially, AI table for how they behave in battle. Much like exactly what Prism guessed correctly, that is the way that it works in Yokai Watch, kinda. And instead of when you're fighting Wild Zetamon, instead of you having to figure out quite literally movesets for every Zetamon, they instead just have a template that tells you how they behave in the wilderness. It will have an element of randomness, because I feel like that would make sense, the difference between Wild Zetamon and your Zetamon. Also, hi Peter, by the way, is that yours have been trained. You, being the communication Zetamon, you can talk to your Zetamon, give them orders, and help them train their moves. Wild Zetamon, by comparison, don't have that. They go entirely by instinct, which in times may be random, erratic, and impractical, perhaps. I envision that, for instance, the lazy Zetamon, you will roll, I assume for all of them you roll a d6, perhaps a d4. And I envision that half of those results would be, it literally does nothing, just regains HP. It laces around, regaining HP. And I know you're thinking, Maxi, that would be horrible. Alright, well, come up with a counter for them. That's not my problem. You figure it out. So going back to the question that Fadeleaf asked, by the way. We'll hold on to that question, Fadeleaf. I'll get to you in a second. So the things that modify, the things that make individual Zetamon of the same species different is how you build their moves. You will get a selection, you will get a pool of basic starter, super nothing moves. And then, as part of the training mechanism, I envision that you'll be able to modify the parts of that move and create new moves entirely. And that is on a Zetamon by Zetamon thing. So even if you have two Laboboys, you could build them entirely differently by training them entirely differently. Now, I do fully envision there being variants, rare species perhaps. For anybody who doesn't know, by the way, the term shiny is actually a fan-made term for Pokemon with different colorations. Their official name in the code and also in the game guides, particularly in Gen 2 and Gen 3, was in fact rare species. Shiny! So I envision there being, there will be a mechanism for creating rare species of Zetamon. These Zetamon will have different colorations. Your Zetamon's colorations actually kind of determine their elemental weaknesses and resistances. So that's one way. I know Nomiya Vikshi is not watching this VOD, but Nomiya Vikshi is stirring in bed. Nomiya Vikshi told me on one stream that they believe that shiny Pokemon should do nothing new or interesting. And I understand that, and I respect that for a game with computation, where shiny Pokemon and hunting shiny Pokemon is essentially just a matter of rolling dice until eventually one of them comes out. For a game that you play with pen and paper, I cannot, in good faith, create a mechanic where you're just rolling dice hoping that you get a shiny one. That is ridiculous and nonsensical. And I think it's more interesting for you to, for instance, we have here this Laboboy. This Laboboy has an affinity towards dust. It is a street gnome. This little guy lives in the streets. He's accustomed to a world of concrete and metal. Thus, he has an affinity towards dust. He cannot ever take bonus damage from dust. He resists it. Likewise, because bioreactivity is the greater enemy, he was shaped by the streets. You got it. You absolutely got it, Peter. Now, likewise, you will roll the weakness randomly, and it will be up to you, the player, to come up with a reason as to why this creature is weak to that. The way that I would explain Laboboy being weak to bioreactive is that in this setting, the wilderness is constantly trying to swallow up civilization. That's why bioreactivity is its own type. It's literally just the idea that nature is constantly fighting civilization. There's a whole world building thing I haven't touched on stream, and I don't know if we have the energy for that, but there's a storytelling element as to why the nature is so effed up in the setting. Nonetheless, if nature is constantly reclaiming cities, to me it would make sense that Laboboy would be weak to bioreactive. Now, a rare species, by the way, any Pokemon TCG nerds in chat, this is very similar to Delta species, by the way. I almost want to call them Deltas, but I don't know if that's a little flying too close to the sun. In the Pokemon TCG, there was a series of Pokemon cards called Delta species, in which there were Pokemon that were a different type but had the same weaknesses. So, for instance, as you all know, the Pokemon Cyndaquil is in fact fire. But there is a set of cards in which the Cyndaquil line is in fact psychic type. It is still weak to water, but its attacks are now psychic type. And that's crazy. I know that, for people who are used to the way Pokemon does things, that sounds ridiculous and crazy. I like it. So the way that you would generate Delta species, or whatever we're calling them, we might call them Deltas. I don't know, I kind of like Delta as a nice nod to it. They also haven't done Delta species in like literally, let me do the math real quick, 20 years. So perhaps it's safe for me to just pick up mutants. I don't like the word mutants implies kind of like a negative thing to that. Psychic type Cyndaquil? Oh yeah. And get ready for electric type Larvitar. Electric type Tyranitar is so weird. Divergence? Happy birthday, thank you, Joestar! Thank you for wishing my wife a happy birthday! How you doing today, Joestar? Let me hit you with one of these, by the way.
Welcome.
So the way that you would generate a Delta species of any Zetamon, it would be by, first off, re-rolling their affinity, which changes what element they resist, and re-rolling their weakness. I feel like that itself gets you essentially a shiny. It modifies the base colors. And it gives you a completely new elemental setup. I feel like that right there might be more than enough, perhaps. So the interesting thing about this game is that because it isn't like a Pokemon game where everything's kind of set in stone and everything has been tailored by Game Freak, you can really get freaky in this game. You could play a game where all you do is just make evolution paths for Laboboy. You could even say Laboboy luck. And you could do something like that. You could literally just like, you get your starter and all you do is just keep making branch evolutions to your starter. You could. There's literally nothing stopping you. Thank you. It's not made by Game Freak. You can get freaky with it. Yeah. Get freaky with it. That is a musical reference for nobody in chat. Anyways, please enjoy, by the way. I wanted to fit all the mechanics in a single card, and I think I nailed it. I have a faint feeling that I nailed it. Let me take a sip of coffee, and we'll begin the game, the signing. The game that is the signing. Proper. Alright. So the plan for today. Hey, my mom had Will Smith on constantly between 1997 to 2003. I had that CD. That's not true. My sister had that CD. I just listened to it. All I'm saying is that, like, Wild Wild West by Will Smith kind of goes off. I'm sorry. Wild Wild West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, we don't want none of this. Anyways. Delta species seem like a precursor to regional forms. Perhaps. There is also, I do want to make a distinction right now, is that I envision deltas, as I describe them, as being like a half step towards a variant, which is what you would call a regional form. There will also be mechanics for creating regional forms, where essentially you reroll one or two aspects of the creature's special traits that you do during creature creation, and that gives you an entirely new creature with new types. It is a bit of a half step, perhaps. There's room to maybe expand on it some more, but nonetheless, that's the way that I'm envisioning it in my head. And also, in case anybody reads my notes and sees it in there, I do also have the full intention of allowing for there to be EX versions of monsters. Essentially, versions of monsters that are a little bit more powerful for their power level. I haven't explained how power level even works yet, but essentially, just really quickly to cover this before we go on anywhere, before you commit to a fight, fights will ask you to decide which Zetamon you're gonna bring into the fight. The number of Zetamon you can bring is dependent on the power level of that particular encounter. If you're fighting a higher level Zetamon or a more evolved Zetamon, you can bring more Zetamon worth of power level to that fight. Likewise, if you have a really powerful Zetamon, and you're going into a fight with a lower power level, you may not be able to bring anything more than just one guy. That is the balancing act right there. This isn't meant to be a game where like you have a full party of fully evolved Zetamon, and then your enemies are always fully evolved Zetamon. The power levels are really close, but there's still distinctions. Nonetheless, EX Zetamon are kind of like in between, so they allow you to kind of like fill in holes in your team. If you have extra points you could perhaps fill up, you could do that. Anyways, the goal of this is just to add more flexibility, more chances to make the Zetamon you have with you cooler. No power gaming? No. As much as I would like the idea of you getting a Tyranitar-like and just stomping all over a bunch of like Laboboys, you can still do that, but you can't bring more guys. And the thing is, just because you're bringing a Tyranitar-like, I still think the fact that you're going up against like 5 Laboboys, they might still give you a run for your money. So it's not always about power level. I like the idea that you go into a fight and you decide instead of bringing the big guns, you actually bring some Zetamon that are like maybe mid-range, so you have more options during the battle. Because yeah, sure, you're bringing it to a Tyranitar-like, which is like, I guess, Maxi's platonic ideal of a strong Pokemon, I guess. And like, yeah, you have one guy, and he's powerful, and he's huge, but you also only get one action, essentially, per round of combat. Meanwhile, the five Laboboys you're fighting each get to attack you once per turn. Now, Laboboys are lazy, but you know what, we'll figure, don't worry about that. Maxi, is Laboboy going to be actually a Zetamon? Don't ask me about it, don't worry about it. It's not necessarily encouraging you to use weaker, but perhaps having a more varied team. As opposed to just literally having a party of fully evolved Zetamon, you have a reason to actually, have your mid-range boys. Especially because power levels are relatively close. Let Laboboy live, we'll see. So the plan for today is to make a bunch of moves. I spent a bunch of today figuring out the math, breaking down how many hits it would take to defeat enemies. I also, I looked through entire sets of Pokemon TCG cards for inspiration from the math, and I broke down like what percentage of moves are at certain power ranges, the average HP, and it turns out, surprising nobody, the math that I had in my head was already correct. No, I don't think it's because I'm incredible or smart, which I am, but it's also because the math is really simple, honestly. I was talking with Kitty, and I was like, by the way, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow, please donate. Anyways, and I was asking Kitty, how many hits should it take? How many hits should it take for a stage 1 Zetamon to defeat another stage 1 Zetamon? And Kitty said it should take 2 to 3 hits. And I agree with that. I agree 2 to 3 hits makes sense. For little baby mons fighting each other. Makes sense. I think 2 Labubus fighting it should take 2 to 3 hits for them to knock each other out. There's a little bit of back and forth. And that to me felt right. So it looks like we're working with a base of 50 HP. We're working with a base of 50 HP. And perhaps Zetamon's doing 20 damage base. Maxi, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it. Let's make a new tab. And this will be Zeta moves. Zeta moves, and I'm gonna need 2 things. I'm gonna put you no, I'll just put it here. I do have this entire document, by the way. Oh my god, so much math. All this document here, and Maxi, why is it formatted so terribly? Shut up, leave me alone. Where I basically created a ridiculous amount of keywords. We're gonna look through the keywords today and see what works and what doesn't. Already, let me first start the timer. On this stream, we use a timer to keep ourselves taking breaks, because as much as being creative is good, you also want to take breaks. I know what you're thinking, but Maxi, if you take a break, you're breaking your flow, Maxi, which means you're getting less work done. Wrong! It's not about how fast you go. It's about how you should not burn yourself out. Time stop meta moment? Oh yeah. Did you see time stop in that list of moves? Do I have a thing called time stop? No, okay. For a hot second, I'm like, do I have a time stop meta? You did see a time stop? Where did I put it? You know what? Don't worry about it, okay? Quickly pop it in to say hi, no worries, werewolf. Hi. Alright. Zeta moves. Alright, so. There's already, let me just. First off, timer, 3, 2, 1, go. By the way, you should be able to see the timer over here now. I'm testing it out. If I don't like it, it's gonna go away and disappear. Otherwise, enjoy it. So there's a time. You can see exactly how much time we have left. Notes from before. Notes from the development of the game. So a couple things that have changed literally since we last talked. I have decided that the trifecta of Slash, Blunt, and Pierce is dead. I have now broken them down into just 2 groups, okay? Sharp and Crush. Now, Maxi, why did you do that, Maxi? We established in one of the last sessions that one of the aspects of the game that was hurting was the absence of more role-playing elements. And I decided that it made sense that the bonus to some of your Zetamon skills should also benefit them out of combat. So, and again, I forget where I put it. Perhaps it was here? Yeah. Your Zetamon's tags essentially give you bonuses that affect the world around them, much like an HM move. So for instance, if you have a Zetamon with high sharp, for instance, something like, a Laboboy who has sharp +3. By the way, numbers are not final, shut up. Perhaps that Laboboy with sharpness could use its sharpness to, I don't know, perhaps cut a bush, or perhaps, I don't know, cut a bush, or perhaps, cut. So, you get it. Crush would be the equivalent of strength. Strength is such a general term. To me, it just makes more sense to just say crush. And immediately in my head, I'm like, there's room here for interesting role-playing possibilities, such as you and your Zetamon are trapped inside of a building. I don't know how you got there, and you're wondering how the hell you're gonna get out. You can have one of your Zetamon with Crush literally break through the wall. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There was also not a general stat for moves that are ranged attacks, so I have now created the plus sense tag, Senses are used for aiming your weapons, and you can also use those out of combat to essentially search around you. And it makes sense. Zetamon that are good at aiming with their senses are also good at looking around themselves. So let me just make these notes here, by the way. The weapon triangle went from slash pierce blunt to simply just sharp versus crush. Now you may be thinking, Maxi, but aren't we missing a little bit of color by getting rid of pierce? Like what about, like, because you were saying, Maxi, you said it yourself that things that are sharp are things like claws, and things that are piercing are things like spikes. Yeah, I realized those two are not that different. So essentially, quills have now become sharp. Fangs now become sharp. They used to be pierced, now they're sharp. Peter says, I don't mind this change. A lot of game design, at least for me, is trying to figure out how to save yourself from feature creep. And the answer to that is honestly just consolidating things. You know, like, I don't need to have an entirely different table of skills for just piercing. We can just put that into, we can put some of that into sharp and some of that into crush. We can literally just do that instead. The other thing is that the reactor tag has become plus senses, or plus sense perhaps, in order to serve a role-playing purpose. What else have I changed? Nothing else comes to mind. Okay, so we're going to today, we're gonna create to-do list for today. All right, here's what we're gonna get done today. Okay, first off, we need to make basic move archetypes and families. Basic move archetypes and families. I guess archetypes is just like general, like, you know, example are like, you know, the move that deals high damage but has low accuracy. Move that deals low damage but can hit more than one target at once, etc., etc., etc. For example, weak move that hits an area. Other than that, basic move, just move families, honestly. So move families, of course, this is where we come in, the general idea of, perchance, sharp families, crush, sense, and whatever else we come up with. I believe I have a bunch of stuff already translated on here. That's right, we had a total of like a bunch of families. By the way, this is kind of effectively getting rid of arm and legs as move families. In part because moves that, like, I have to be entirely honest, it's kind of hard to come up with a move that uses your leg that isn't just kicking. So instead of having a lame, uninteresting move options, we're just gonna combine those. Old move families, just to have reference, here we go. Body, I think body will have to remain, perhaps. We'll think about it. And after doing the move families, the plan for today is also we're gonna go through every single keyword. Hi Solar, welcome in.
Welcome.
Punches are just concussive force now. You're correct. Except when they somehow use elemental energy. So after that, we're gonna go through every keyword and give them a home. We're gonna go through every keyword. Yo, Kate's here. Hi, Kate.
Hey, bud.
By the way, good friends. I have an important announcement to make, and that is that my good friend Kate is going to be doing a stream raising funds for for their top surgery, by the way. Kitty's birthday's tomorrow, so I'm having it so any donation that comes in goes towards buying my wife Pokemon cards.
Dude, that's gay.
But please, but forget about that for now. Next week, Kate is doing a fundraiser, and I'm gonna be there, and we're gonna raise money for Kate's top surgery fund. So please put that on your schedule. The 15th of May. That is next week. All right. We're gonna go through every single keyword, and we're gonna give them a home, figure out where they land, and that's probably gonna be the end of the stream. By then, I'll probably have lost my mind. So, I think that's good enough. Perhaps I think that's good enough, perhaps. So, let me re-review the move families that we have. I think body stays. Let me just explain to you why body should stay. An argument for each move family. So, body has got to remain as a move family, because this is the most general move family there is. Yeah, Dale. It turns out that stuff it takes a long time. It's a big pain in the ass. It's mostly insurance, because insurance doesn't want you to do anything. So yeah. There yeah. Kate nailed it. Fade Leaf says body is for the majority of moves where you do collision damage. That is correct. I envision body as being aside from that, in part of that, in combination to that. Body serves as the biggest general move family, because there's a possibility that you might be playing as a Zetamon that has no arms or legs, which reduces your access to Crush and Sharp. Although, I guess... Don't do it, Maxi. Don't do it, Maxi. Maxi, don't do it. Don't give the leg family the Crush capability, Maxi. Allow me to crush someone with my hands, Maxi. But body has to remain here. His next can curl with Crush. That's not a bad point. But body exists. It's essentially a failsafe. Failsafe move family for Zetamon that don't have arms or legs. These are high impact, forceful, but not graceful moves, and thus they are the most general and have access to the least keywords. Alternatively, the best keywords are very rare for this move. So, for instance, I'm thinking perchance of let's say a keyword like there's a keyword that makes it so you don't take damage until the next turn. A body move may rarely, and I'm talking about like, D100 chance, rarely would get the ability to essentially gain armor until the end of the turn. Kate, I'm sending you strength. I'm sending you all the strength in the world, Kate, and all the good luck. Knock on wood. I hope everything works out for you, friendo. I'm so happy for you, and I wish you the best in your transition journey. Let's fucking do it. Let's go. Let's do it. We're gonna make it happen, Kate. No matter what. Okay. Love you, friendo. So I think body has to stay. Body must stay. I do think that the arm family is essentially... It's not that the arm family is gone, it's that the arm family is now just essentially broken into Sharp and Crush. What was once arm will now grant either body plus... Oh, by the way, body has the added effect of giving you more HP, by the way. That is kind of like the balancing act. Zetamon with high body don't have access to cool moves, but they are tankier. That is the balancing act. Meanwhile, Zetamon that get access to Sharp and Crush get cooler moves that might deal more damage or have special effects, but they don't have more HP. That is a kind of a built-in self-balancing act. So some things that would have granted arm will now grant more body, because you have, if you have 4 arms, brother, you have more body, okay? Sharp, which we have established that sharp abilities deal high damage. Or perhaps crush, which crush abilities are gonna rely mostly on crowd control, by the way. CC /stun /status. That's the way that I'm envisioning it for now. Again, things might change, but that's the way that I'm envisioning it. So what used to be arm is now becoming something else. The same way might also be true for leg, honestly. Because, like, instead of making moves that are like, this is a kick, I would rather just, like, tell the player what the move does and then ask them to envision what it looks like and what its name is. So, instead of... Because I don't want to end up at the... I don't know how to say this other than just, like, the Whooper paradigm, where Whooper has no arms, but it can use Fire Punch. I like the Sense Mental category as a move category. I very much like it as well. I mean, it is the umbrella term for moves that are ranged, to be entirely honest. So and again, like, I like that because it serves an additional purpose outside of battle. It also frees me having to name moves. Peter's thinking like a game designer there, by the way. The reality is that, like, yes, I could put in a lot of work into creating a random name generator for every move, but it's a half solution to a problem that the player can solve themselves by just envisioning what the move looks like. The game is already about using your imagination. I feel like asking the player to be like, hey, what does this look like? Fade Leaf says, Roar, Glare, Charm, and Detect are Pokemon moves I would like to see under Sense. That's fair. I can see that working. Same as Arm. I think the moves that used to be the leg category are basically going the same way as Arm, where essentially they will now grant more body. If you have a bunch of legs, like for instance, like a crab, I have no issue envisioning that perhaps having more arms means you have more body, does more HP. And also, some creatures have sharp legs, perhaps talons, raptors with talons, and some of them might have feet that crush, perhaps an elephant. So that, to me, all that makes sense. This all makes sense to me. So we retain body as a move type, and we're adding sharp for now. We're adding sharp and we're adding crush. And again, I want these moves to serve two purposes, right? I want them to be like, in battle, yes, they're families and they give you a bonus to that particular move. But out of battle, I want them to also serve a purpose for roleplay. Sharp and crush. So that literally takes care of all of this, by the way. It's true. Fade Leaf says there are also animals like wolves where the feet are purely for mobility. Oh, I do want to add one thing, actually. Same as Arm, except that leg can also grant plus movement. So I guess this is as good time as any to talk about the role that the player plays during battles. So, unlike a game like Pokemon's, where you're just sitting on the sidelines and effectively giving orders, in this game, the player, the Zetamon trainer or whatever we're gonna call them, tamer, I don't know, the member of the Survey Corps, whatever we're calling him, you serve a role in battle. Again, when going back to the fantasy of being the communication Zetamon, all living creatures, all sentient living creatures in this world are Zetamon. Including the player. You are playing as Zetamon number 0. Human, because they come in all colors, the communication Zetamon. You're able to communicate with your Zetamon, and that allows you an edge in combat. Not only against trained Zetamon, but also wild Zetamon. And this comes in the form of names are not final. You effectively have a number of command points or action points, energy points. We'll figure out what they're called later. But if essentially you get a number of them based on your rank or perhaps the Zetamon you have. I don't know. We'll figure that out as well. Again, a lot of game design is flying by the seat of your pants, much like GMing. And you can use those action points or Zeta points to have your Zetamon do special actions during combat. The most important of them all, and the most basic one, is that you can spend one of them action points. Imagine that you have like 3 of them at most during a fight. Per round, they refresh, so you are encouraged to spend them. You can spend one of those action points to have your Zetamon move. Zetamon will not move unless you instruct them. You're there to give them tactics, to tell them where to go and what to do. So movement is important. The combat in this game is zone-based. It's not about squares per se, but more about moving between zones. No worries, kid. Thank you for coming by, friendo. Have a lovely day. Take care. Love you. So that's the intention right there. Another thing, by the way, because I know that I haven't talked about how elemental attacks will work, and that is another mechanic that is being wrapped into the player points mechanic. Yo, hi Gorm, welcome in.
Welcome.
You can spend one of your action points to give any move that isn't energized the keyword energize. Energize attacks use the Zetamon's affinities and as the move's type perchance. Oh, no worries. Thank you, Cade. No worries. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day, friendo. Aww. Aw, Kate is so sweet. Kate is so sweet. You can't just say perchance. Why not? I can say whatever I want. I could even what's the reference? I could even perchance evoke the brain rot that's taken over my dearest brother Plakesworth. My poor brother Plakesworth has been contaminated by the Italian brain rot. The worst of all is that Kitty references the Italian brain rot sometimes. Thank you for explaining. I live in a rock. The what now? Ronnie doesn't know about Italian brain rot, huh? That's probably for the best. Ronnie, run. Ronnie? Moontomes? Run. You don't want to know what it is. I wish I didn't know what it was. Maxi, are you being coy about it? Absolutely not. This is legitimate. I wish I didn't know what Italian brain rot will be. Plague literally sent me an Italian brain rot meme this morning, and I'm like, Plague, please stop. And Plague is just like, chimpanzini bananini. Anyways, don't worry about it. Where was I? I was saying something, and then it has left my mind. Yes, energizing moves. Okay, so normally not all moves actually deal elemental damage. In this game, most moves don't deal elemental damage, which means that they don't get the bonus of exploiting an enemy's weakness. So, for instance, just because I have a Zetamon that is perchance bioreactive type, and it hits Laboboy, even though Laboboy takes additional damage from bioreactive enemies, if that move doesn't have the tag energized, it doesn't do that. The move is not capitalizing on the elemental energy of your Zetamon. Some moves will have that built in. That will be part of what makes that move special. Some moves will not, and you will have to spend your command points, whatever we're calling them, to energize that particular action. And now, Maxi, why even have the system? Why not just have it be like built in, Maxi, like in Pokemon's? And the answer is that Pokemon remove, like, by having it be a system where the player gets to decide when they use it, there is more flexibility there for interesting gameplay choices and gameplay mechanisms. You can choose to decide, hey, I don't need to burn a command point to energize this attack. I can knock out that enemy without needing to do that by doing this and that and this and that. It's more fun. More options in tactical combat are better. I know what you're thinking, but what about bloat, Maxi? We're trying to keep bloat at a minimum, okay? And the timer's gonna go off in 1 minute. 1 minute is long enough for us to talk about the next one. Sense or slash census. This is the new reactor skill. As it grants bonus to ranged attacks. Oh yeah, Gorm says the perchance meme is on the meme channel. Perchance meme is in the meme channel. I will check it in 1 minute and 3 seconds. So this means to me that when you're customizing your Zetamon, you might gain plus body plus X being one of its actions, sharp plus X, crush plus X, sense plus X. There's also other moves that I would like to add on there. As we talked previously, and I believe it was it here? It was! Since these moves also serve a role-playing purpose, I think we should be thinking forward in regards to the player. So I think, of course, it makes sense. We're going to have creatures with wings. To me, it makes sense that we're going to have flight be, a new move family, or perchance a type of move. And swim also being a type of move. Now, these seem to me... I wonder if body's gonna go out the window. I wonder if I'm gonna get rid of body, because I don't know what body would do. To resist, perhaps? First off, let me turn the timer on. We're on a break, by the way. I would like to remind you, by the way, that today, the stream features the funky wifey mode. Any and all donations that I get during today's stream will go exclusively towards spoiling my wife. For my wife's birthday is tomorrow. And if you would like my wife to receive extra Pokemon cards, please consider supporting the stream. Time's up, silly. It is. And I am. Alright, let's see. I'm going to my Discord. I'm going to the memes only channel. And I'm going to open this link. Mario the Idea versus Mario the Man. But dude, everyone knows Mario's cool as fuck. Who knows? You can't just say perchance. Freaking watch me do it. Oh, I'm gonna say perchance so much. I do agree with that, though. That is actually a little bit. Whoa, yo, hi Siska. How you doing, Siska? Hello.
Welcome back.
This is also clearly like a child's paper, by the way. Crushing turts. Yeah, I mean, I do have to say, this is a bad paper. This is a bad paper. Some of this feedback is clearly a professor tired. Hi, Kaisaki. Welcome to the stream. If this is your first time, please check the rules in the description. Or perish. Also, I have a minute left, by the way. On this stream, we use breaks so that we don't break ourselves. So if you've been watching the stream for, I don't know, 56 minutes as of now, consider getting up and stretching. I am doing that right now. Dale says, I just remember Sergeant Frog existing. Yeah, Sergeant Keroro. Absolutely. I love him. I love the opening theme, actually. Solar says, I'm not falling for the yes stretch hit ceiling pipeline again. But think about it. What if it maybe it won't happen this time? Maybe. All right, back to work, fellas. Let me take a deep breath. And so, 3, 2, 1, boop. All right, so Maxi, you got rid of some move families and then added more move families in there. Yep, people are complex. Although I will say, swim and flight are not necessarily like move families as much as they're gained during creature creation. You know, if you have wings, clearly you should have the ability to fly around. I'm not 100% sure if these will be available. You know what? Actually, I'm forgetting what I already wrote in my notes, by the way. Moves with the plus flight and plus swim will only be present in a Zetamon that already has those keywords on them. Yo, hi, Mary! Hello, Mary!
Welcome back.
Also, Mary, as you may no doubt have noticed already, my wife's birthday is coming up tomorrow, so any and all donations that come in today are going to my wife, by the way. Wife time. I keep... Originally, I was gonna make the graphic be like, includes funky wifey mode. I didn't have the time to do that. It would also have required drawing my wife as Funky Kong from the Donkey Kong series, which I was a little bit like out of my... And I just don't feel like drawing my wife as a monkey would be like the correct move. Take it from me, okay? Don't draw your spouse as a monkey. That seems to me like a bad idea. Okay, so fellas, I'm gonna ask you all one thing, okay? What do you think? What other like move / tags am I missing for overworld actions? What I mean by this is that, like, you know, I envision you use sharpness in the overworld to like cut stuff down, you use crush to break stuff, you use flight for flying, swimming for swimming, sensing for searching around, maybe stuff like light? I guess. That is, because light is essentially flash, and I get that. Peter says, if electric stuff exists, maybe something like generator? I'm not sure. It's a little too specific. And also, since affinities are based on a role entirely separate from creature creation, I don't know how I would put that in there. Plus flight, plus swim, plus sense. I guess we'll figure that out as we get there. So we do have the families. We did the families first, by the way. It could be energy. Solar says, if generator is too specific, why not energy? I do use the word energy throughout the book. Although I do realize that generator would, energy as a keyword would also get us around the concept of light. Energy is usually light. While I write down light, Chad, could I please get an idea for a keyword that would be used for riding your Zetamon across large distances? Because I do realize that we have flight, but we don't have like a ground-based version of flight. Peter says maybe something like growing. I'm not 100% sure. There won't be like 100% migrate body. Travel. I do like travel. I like travel. Like I understand like solar is implying that perhaps body could also award you the ability to travel. Perhaps we could have I do realize that body is kind of not really serving. Gorm says I decided not to make a mech TTRPG. What you making instead? Body is kind of general. Perhaps we replace body with just travel. Although travel travel doesn't say ground travel, right? Give me a second. I'm gonna go open this synonyms tab, by the way. Ooh, Solar says no. Body can be carrying heavy objects or pushing them, like strength. Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Ooh, that sounds fun, Gorm. I swear to God, if you dox me, theosaurus.com, I'm gonna be so mad. Travel. Navigate. Writing? What gets me is that, like... That's right, Frankenstein TTRPG. What gets me, though, is that, like... Writing, again, doesn't really, like, change the color of whether you're writing a seafaring Zetamon or a flying Zetamon. Almost actually did. Siska's got it. Journey, trip, tour. March feels a little bit too like military. Advance, journey, mount. Mount still does not solve the problem, by the way. Stump, strout. What do you call No worries, Mary. Have a good day. Sorry your computer's not doing too good. Take care, friend now. I was thinking, what do you call gallop, perhaps? Gallop? No. Because gallop implies that it's a horse. Would canter do it? Sprint? Sprint might not, although sprint implies like bipedal, right? Dash? How do we feel about dash? Charge? What about dash? I feel like dash implies ground movement. You don't dash across the water. You don't dash with your wings. That would be swooping. Perhaps? Perhaps? Perchance? Now that I know about perchance, I cannot stop saying perchance. Run? Hot damn. I think Fade Leaf might be... My only issue... Okay, fellas, how do we feel about... Because bipedal creatures run. We know that. Do quadrupeds run, Siska? Cutting over to our fucked up little creatures representative, Siska, Lady Tadpole. Misterioso says trot. Also, hi, Misterioso. Run? Because I feel like quadrupeds don't run. Like, we need a word that can apply to bipedals and quadrupeds. Whether you have 1 foot or 100, you can run. Oh, I don't know if I feel like I like dash more. But thank you, Siska, for the backup. I appreciate that. Is skittle or scuttle for creatures with more than 4 legs? That is cute. we're not going to do that. Siska says also running implies running from something. That is true. That is true. I'm gonna write down everything that we have, like, don't forget Mayhap, thank you. Scurry. Yo, hi Handiar, welcome in. If this is your first time here, and I think it is, please consider checking the rules in the description. Or perish. There we go. Maxi, must you say that every single time? Yup, I am legally bound to do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's all thanks to that goddamn Rumpelstiltskin. Gallop? Gallop. I'm gonna write down Gallop. I don't think it's Gallop, by the way. Yo, hell yeah! Siska says, I came up with 10 factions for the next D&D campaign today. My creative muscles and hamstrings are gone. Dude, so proud of you. Not in destroying your muscles, but in being creative. I'm gonna write down everything here and then, you know, come up with the final name later, please. That's a good name, Gorm. I like it. Let's see. I'm gonna just reset my camera. There we go. I'm gonna go back to the creation station. Exquisite Chimera. So body is all about, I'm gonna just put the definition here. I like the way that I think it was Fade Leaf actually. Pushing, blocking, pulling, lifting, resisting movement. 10 clam chowders. That's actually how I read the comment first. Moving across large distances and speed and bursts of speed. 10 white powders. 10 stacks of sticky white stuff. Look it up. It's an item from Dark Souls 2. Sharp is all about literally just cutting. It's about cutting, slashing. Crushing is all about breaking, smashing. Flight, as you can imagine, is moving across verticals. That's so dumb. Flying, man, flying. That's it. That's it. Swimming is swimming, man. Like totally. And sensing is literally applying all senses. Applying all senses. Sight. The other ones. There we go. So so why are we tracking all of this? We're tracking all of this because during creature creation, your unique little fucked up guy is gonna gain a few of these, perhaps multiples of the same one, becoming particularly good at that. I am envisioning that for creating your first Zetamon, or when you're making stage 1 Zetamon, you only roll 3 times on the table, and that will tell you, hey, the Zetamon has extra legs. This Zetamon has a big ol' eyes, and that gives you plus sense. This Zetamon has powerful legs, and it might ask you to choose whether you want a dash or a crush. Oh, and we forgot about energy, actually. Energy, reactor, generator. Perhaps generator is starting to look kind of good to me, actually. Beam, crawling in my skin. Hey Kendra, how you doing? Hey Kendra, welcome in. Hi boy.
Hey, bud.
Yeah, hey, what's up, Kendra? Hey, what's up, Kendra? Hey, how you doing, Kendra? Everyone say hi to Kendra. This is all about generating light, heat, generating light, heat, changing temperatures. I don't really like that. Generating heat, light. What was the other thing? Generating light. And now that I think about it, what else could the generator do? Generating light. and power. Perchance, even creating, removing heat. Kendra says, I'm Sultan living. Bombs, that's true. To sleep, perchance to dream. You got it. Helping hand somebody. Excuse me? What you talking about? I know what helping hand is. I'm just being creating entropy. Nah, and entropy's always happening. Entropy's always happening around you. Don't even worry about it. So, if these are all of the move families, if you're thinking of like, you know, all of the gosh doodly darn criminal families, this is the big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the big 8. Give me a table, by the way. I would like 8 columns, please. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. We'll deal with it later. This is in fact horrible. Why would I do this? May I please instead have a table, please? I would like a table with 8 columns instead. There we go. That is much better. Much better. By the way, yes, I know Cinco de Mayo was yesterday. Don't talk to me about Cinco de Mayo, I swear to God. If I get one more fucking person wishing me a happy Cinco de Mayo, I will kill you. You will be the first one to die today. Why, Maxi? Why, Maxi? What's wrong with Cinco de Mayo? Cinco de Mayo is not a Mexican holiday, by the way. I just want to remind you all of like the obvious. Cinco de Mayo is a fake holiday created by beer companies in the United States in the fucking 30s? 50s? I forget when they made it. But it is fake. It is, you know, supposedly inspired by a Mexican holiday. It isn't. Cinco de Mayo is the day of the Battle of Puebla, which was a one of many battles in Mexican history. It was, and if you want to understand how messed up it is to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, is that Cinco de Mayo is a battle that Mexico lost against France. Did you know that France invaded Mexico like 3 times? Did you know that France invaded Mexico and planted a king? Yeah. Siska says, in fairness, Coca-Cola invented Christmas. Siska, welcome to being quoted. Young woman, welcome to being quoted. Siska 2025. I really like in fairness, Coca-Cola invented Christmas. I like that. It tickles me. That is quote 1083. You can request your own random quote by typing in chat ! Quote. All right, so as we established before, am I gonna copy all of this again? What am I gonna do? What am I doing with this? This is for me to assign identities. We kind of already have the identities though, Maxi. We kind of already have them over here. General. Dash moves, I guess. Dash moves have move before or after attacking. Also, I think I hear the boy, by the way. Kendra says, I was too Met Gala pilled to recall Cinco de Mayo. Did anything happen during the Met Gala? I wasn't watching, and I don't go here, but you do. Kendra, please type a reply to tell me what was going on while I go get my son who wants to come into the room. Dominianto, son, you have been fed. I'm gonna walk away from the door. I'm gonna give him a chance to decide for himself whether he wants to come in or not. Oh, I have a fuses, Kendra. Let's go. Oh, I see how it is. Okay. Alright, fellas, I have good news and I have bad news. Bad news. My cat clearly does not want to come into the room. He is clearly just trying to get another feeding from me, which I'm not gonna give him. Diana Ross showed up to the Met Gala? Oops. Megan Thee Stallion? I do love Megan, by the way. Kendra, if you are able, could you send me your top fits from the Met Gala, and I'll react to them live? If not, if you're at work and you don't want to commit like wage theft, I guess you could just, just do your job, I guess. Sharp skills, deal high damage. That's your. If you're sharp, guess what? That's your entire identity. Crush abilities, have CC effects. That's crowd control, by the way. Flight abilities, perchance. Do they do movement? What do they do? They probably grant you invulnerable. Likely to give invulnerable / evasion skills. No, Kendra, you can't just give me a link to a website. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. I'm not opening a link to USA Today, which might just dox me. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. If Kendra will not send me each image on Discord individually, then I guess I'll just wait until next year's gala to react. What do swim skills do? Oh, brother, don't ask me about swim skills. How are swim skills gonna work? Oh god, how are swim skills gonna work? My issue is that swim skills don't really make a lot of sense. Because not all places you're fighting are gonna have like water in them. My thing is I either A, not just the article, it's just the photo. Dale says it's just the photo. I'm trusting Dale and Kendra right now. You're about to get both banned if this is nothing. Ew! Hot damn. Hot damn. Hot damn. Hot damn. Gorgeous, strong, powerful, fierce. I love this. Thank you. Mods, please unban Kendra, please. Unban Kendra. I was gonna lie. I was gonna lie and say that I was gonna unmute Kendra on Blue Sky. That's not true. Kendra is not muted on Blue Sky. Kendra is literally on my list of people I check every morning. Altaria looking? You're not wrong, actually. Wait, is this an Altaria? Is this a Mega Altaria cosplay? You know what? Faith Leaf, I have to say, by the way, I really appreciate you giving me insight on what other RPGs have done. I really appreciate that. I don't want to say that I don't have the time to check everything, but I can't possibly read every single Pokemon TTRPG before signing this one. In part because not all of it will be relevant. Faith Leaf says the way that the Pokemon tabletop RPG touched this was that fish Pokemon or water Pokemon can't do much on land, in contrast to some land-bound mons that can't do much in water. Interesting. That's interesting. Because basically the way that I tackled it is that the way that we had it so far is that like there aren't entirely fish creatures in this game. Chippy says I like this one a lot. I swear to God, if this is literally, dude! Oh, I love this. Oh my God. Oh, and then he rips it off to reveal. Oh, that's good. I love this. I love this. Very good. Very good. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I love it. I love it. I'm trying to name a Pokemon that this could be a cosplay of. I can't think of one. I do know that I do feel like a bedazzled bike helmet could be like the start of a Blacephalon cosplay. Scrafty? It is so Scrafty! Oh my God, Prism. You're so fucking right, Prism. Holy shit. That is a Scrafty. This is actually a Scrafty cosplay. So meta, I like that. So how am I gonna deal? Because clearly, you should be able to swim across large bodies of water with your Zetamon. I have been in this house for less than a week. And when she stepped out, I was audibly screaming. Oh, let's go. Hot damn! Hot damn! Whoo! 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 Incredible. Incredible. Just purely incredible. Holy crap. Could we read this as a Mega Gardevoir? Perhaps a Mega Gardevoir cosplay? I'm trying to think of like what Pokemon would have so much tail. Kendra says also 3 real life friends are holding her dress train and they look so handsome. Kendra, I don't. Oh my god. Kendra, don't dox your friends, Kendra. Mega Audino? It's Mega Audino. Points to Mysterioso for that. Also, by the way, we're on break. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. The full train. Yeah. Holy crap. That's, yeah. In a way, which is like Ash Greninja. That's so funny. By the way, we're on break. Get up and stretch, by the way. And I would like to remind you, by the way, that today, all donations that come into the stream are going towards spoiling my wife for her birthday. It's tomorrow. Kitty should be dropping in today at around 1. So you can also wish Kitty a happy birthday. Okay. I'm stretching. I'm up on my feet. I can hear my son. He is outside the room. He's scratching at the door. He's demanding that I give him more food. I might hold down. I will hold the fort until the end of the cycle. If he scratches the door again in 3 minutes, I might give him a portion. Wow. I will say though, like the Met Gala always showcases how mask fashion is all cowardice, unless it's Lil Nas X, by the way. But I'm like, holy crap. What an... Okay, Mawile, by the way. Before anyone says anything, Mawile. It's the patterning on the dress reminds me of Mawile. Beautiful dress, by the way. Are you cooking the men's in these pics? And specifically this guy, the suit is way too big for him, by the way. Fun fact. That suit is way too big for him. I see you rented your suit. Yeah, I get it. You rented your suit. Okay, anyways. No, it is not. That suit is way too big for him. You can literally see a well-fitting suit and a bad-fitting suit back to back, by the way. That is my dear friend LOL. Tell him to get a better suit. Is Stakataka? It could also be Stakataka. Prism is on fire, by the way. I won't stand for this. Kendra, you're sitting down right now. You're literally in your house right now. You're in bed right now watching the stream. You're not standing for nothing. So I'm wondering, perhaps, you know, I just got a genius idea. Okay, what if perchance, forget about swimming and flying. We just make and dashing. We make all 3 of them the mount skill. We make them the mount keyword. And then the player can infer from what the Zetamon looks like, what benefit that applies to movement. That might be the way to go. That way we don't have to literally make like a bunch of like extra stuff. I think that might be the way to go, legitimately. Except, no. I think we can do this. My issue, I just realized that like this creates the issue that only Zetamon of a certain type can basically be mounts, and I'm like, that makes sense. Like, I feel like you have to be at least medium sized to be a mount. So in that case, what's the plan here, Maxi? Are you telling me that literally, as long as you are a medium-sized Zetamon, you can just be mounted? What about the issue, Maxi, of there being a humanoid-looking Zetamon, Maxi? How are we gonna tackle the unfortunate, and I do mean unfortunate, reality that there will be like, yes, I'm going to mount my Gardevoir-looking Zetamon. Piggyback? I mean, like, if it was good enough for this Sneasler, I guess it's good enough for us, huh? Sneasler really literally carries you on his bag in a backpack, so I'm giving my cat one more portion. I can literally hear his little footsteps as he goes towards the kitchen. Princess Carrie? Okay. Alright, well, you know what? You guys solved the problem, so that's good enough for me. So in that case, Sharp goes up, Crush goes up. Crush is locked in as his body. Census is locked in as his generator is locked in. Census, of course, this is like the ranged attack stat. Yeah, Chipo's been here. Chipo's been just mysterious. Chipo, what are you working on today? Hey. Maxi, don't destroy Kendra, Maxi. Maxi, you love Kendra. Don't destroy them. They're your friend, Maxi. Oh, the auto captions are broken. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. I'm gonna press this button, and then press this button, and now the captions are back. Chipo is sickly while trying to work. Kendra, don't apologize. I didn't tell you to stop sending me ones. This will be the last one, but thank you. Don't apologize, Kendra. I've been enjoying this. Whoo! Oh, baby! Oh, I love this style. I love this style. Oh my god. Oh, I love this. I love this. This is funky. I love it. I love it. The suitcase is built in. I love it. That was a jacket? Oh! Stylish. Incredible. This is Secrum White. Secrum. No. It's a Kirin White. Is this Kirin White, by the way? No. It's Kirin Black. It's Kirin Black because Reshiram is the one that is fire type. Yeah. Cute. I like it. Very cute. Thank you, Kendra. Thank you for sharing, Kendra. Very good. Very poppy. Very art pop. It is in fact art pop. Thank you. All right. So generator is all about generator skills. I guess generator skills are just energized. Haha. That's it, baby. Just always energized. Generator skills are always energized. And I think I will probably just combine all these three. Instead of making mechanics for all these three things, move little before or after attacking, or become invulnerable or gain evasion skills. This is going to become the dash / mount / fast or mount. We'll just call it mount for now. Mount is bad. Travel? We'll just call it at that. So this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skills. Gotta love speeding your moves. There you go. This is definitely... We have made progress. Now, what's next? Best dressed of the night. Lewis what? Lewis Hamilton? Who's Lewis Hamilton? Ooh! Now, when I say, when I see a man in a tuxedo, I fall asleep. Hot damn. Now this is stylish. Stylish. Graceful. Well fitted, by the way, unlike Kendra's friend. Now that Kendra told me that was their friend, now I'm gonna be like, yo, Kendra, was that your friend with the bad suit? Kendra says I should send you a recap post later because the theme was Black Dandy. I love it. I absolutely love it. MFer really do be looking like a gym leader, but I like him. I like him. Perhaps an Elite Four member. Perhaps Elite Four member. I like it. I like it. He really did steal Wallace's hat, huh? Anyways, Maxi, was everything be Pokemon themed today? Yeah, this is the stream where I'm literally making a Pokemon game. Nice suit, mid-monster flavor. That is perfectly fair. Wait, what's the name of the Sword and Shield Pokemon? Gen 8? No, Gen 7. What's the name of the Gen 7 cream Pokemon? Milcery? Is it Milcery? I see this specific tone. This is specific off-white tone, and I think of Milcery. No offense to the man, he do be kind of looking like a cream Pokemon. Milk Creamy? Is it Milk Creamy? What the hell is Milcery then? Shows what I know. Maxi, you beat Sword and Shield. I did. Not spelled that way. I think so. Alcremie? Is it Alcremie? No, Alcremie is the evolution. Anyways, what was the homework for today? We have made the families. Perfect. Alcremie. Oh, it is Milcery is the previous one. Thank you, person. Yo, Kendra's coming in with the facts. So next up, it's time for us to do... Well, I guess before we do the thing that I've been despising, which is going through every keyword that I made, let's instead come up with the general idea for moves. So let's go with insert a drawing. We're going to... Can I make a square? No, okay. So we're gonna make ourselves a matrix, by the way. Mechanics are once again kicking my ass. Yo, just because they're already charging you to fix your car doesn't mean they have to kick your ass too. Let's see. Just become like gray for now, by the way. We're gonna paste you. By the way, yes, I'm the only person who's ever used the Google Docs drawing feature. Yes, it's me. I'm the only one. I learned how to do it over the weekend. We're gonna group you up. It's just like in other places. You paid extra for it. Where did you start? Where did you get started writing TTRPGs? I got started. There was a game jam. I started with a game jam. There was a game jam for Ironsworn /Starforged by Sean Talkin. One of my favorite games of all time. I made Iron Valley a cozy farming hack of that game. And that's when the Fire Nation attacked. Afterwards, I made a bunch of one-page games, and then they kept making them, and things changed. Now I do want to say, by the way, that's true. I did start with how to play Slowpoke in D&D 5th edition. Maxi, you don't have to pull it out, Maxi, every single time. You don't have to what? It's gonna be in documents. Slowpoke. There you go. I love showing the old lore. So where is the old lore? Where did I put it? There we go. How to play... You're right, this is the first thing I ever made. I made this as a joke. I made this how to play a Slowpoke in D&D 5th edition. I made it look like a D&D supplement. Watching a Slowpoke standing into feet, by the way, is weird. If you would like this document, tell me, and I'll probably share it on Blue Sky again. But you know, I went hard. You can become a Slowbro. You can become a Slowking. You can also Mega Evolve, by the way. That's also an option. Yeah, the Mega Slowbro. There's items. There's art in there. Oh my god. I made this as a half joke, but I do want to clarify that I didn't jump into making TTRPGs out of nowhere. I've always loved TTRPGs, and I've been making them essentially in secret for a long time. From the moment I found RPGs, I've been making my own ones. Kitty can attest to all the stuff that I made. Is that Yanto at the freaking door again? Will this boy ever be satisfied? He'll never be satisfied. Let me go see if the boy wants in, and then I'll do the thing that I've been despising forever. So, move archetypes. Yanto, please, I implore you. Get in. You cannot possibly want more food. That is like a crime. You cannot possibly want more food. I'm standing to the side. I'm pretending that I'm not looking at the door, because I'm not looking at the door. I'm gonna let him just enter the room normally. Yanto, I swear to God, if you don't come into the room now, I'm not gonna listen to you ever again. It's over. I'm gonna stop loving my son. I will stop feeling love and warmth towards my son. Man, the thread didn't even do it, huh? He's very food motivated. I see Mysterioso said such gluttony. Let him be. Well, maybe I would love to let him be if he wasn't scratching at the door. Maxi, leave the door open. So what? So everyone in the house can hear me? His greed sickens me. Kendra says he's clearly starving, all skin and bones. Give him his 5th lunch. Hell no. Anyway, so we're here. So let's talk about the paradigms of Pokemon moves, okay? So I think that we can attempt to divide moves into essentially quadrants. Siska. So I think, oh my god. So we have high damage moves that like deals big damage. Am I gonna give him another portion? Is that literally how it's gonna happen? Is that what's happening today, Yanto? Your mother is going to kill me. If your mother catches wind that I fed you twice on stream, it's over for me. Yanto, you gotta understand. I'm not doing this for you. This is for my own survival. So moves on this axis deal big damage, okay? You deal big damage, okay? Now we're gonna flip this around. Now the opposite of a damaging move is of course a support move. Support moves, you know? Moves that don't deal damage, moves that give you buffs and debuffs. Now, what is the other paradigm? Siska says Maxi arguing with Yantito like a malicious demon inside their head. Moves for bottoms. Dude, Kendra absolutely combo broke me with that. Moves for bottoms. Support moves. Moves for bottoms. Yeah, listen, yeah. Yo, Kendra, what role did you play in Overwatch, by the way? Anyways, so what's the other paradigm? I think that I feel like Tag, you also played a little bit of support. Don't you lie to me. Also, Tank is support for people who don't want to be proud of being a bottom. Although I guess someone would argue that DPS is the ultimate bottom. I guess. You could think of it like that. Tanks are the ones that take it. Tank is a service top. Chippy was so ready, by the way. Kendra says, the way I can't defend myself in this public forum. You want to jump on Discord and argue with me? So, Mysterioso said that in Pokemon there is like damage, status effects, priority. So priority is another thing that you'll be able to give moves using your command points. Kendra says, Cheapy, let's just say yes, maybe. Got him. I knew Cheapy said that before I even looked at chat. So, because of the way the game is formatted, I don't know if I can do things like accuracy. Because one of the design ethos behind this game, by the way, and I kind of want to like get this out of the way immediately, is that I am making it a point to have most of the math in this game be additions. And it's not because I have a little fiction author brain and I can't do math. It's just that I don't like it in tabletop role-playing games when you essentially have a basic value and then your good traits positively add to it, and then negative effects subtract from it. It basically cancels out the things that make your character interesting and fun, which is kind of like a bad vibe. I don't like that. I would very much prefer formatting the math around empowering the things that make you special without having to like take them away from you in order to increase the difficulty. So I can't think of a way for doing accuracy that wouldn't be just rolling a smaller dice size. And that would involve creating a whole language system for explaining like leveling down dice size. So I think we're just gonna have to say there is no accuracy check outside of you rolling to hit. Perhaps that is the accuracy check. One way to get around the accuracy check is to have plus nothing, so you just roll a basic attack flat. But that to me seems like really bad, because that just, again, it circumvents the things that make your character special, which is your status, your stats. So in that case, instead of thinking of accuracy, I think perhaps we should look at another gaming place for inspiration. For me, it's of course trading card games. In trading card games, you have the concept of value versus tempo. So, value and tempo are two principles of trading card games, and they boil down to this. There are decks in trading card games that focus on tempo, which is to play cards as soon as you're able to get the best bang for your buck. And essentially, is staying on top of your enemy by playing on curve. Value are decks that don't necessarily do that, but they instead bank on snowballing out of control later. Aggro is a particularly tempo strategy. You know, something like a red deck in Magic the Gathering. You're playing cards as soon as you're able to, and you're flooding the board with guys to deal damage as much damage as possible. Meanwhile, something like perchance green. Something like a green deck that is all about buffing one creature until it becomes incredibly huge. I would call that value. Mysterioso says, do you guys not solve Goldbach's conjecture for accuracy? What is that? Am I gonna look it up right now? Is this a meme? You know what? I think you brought this up earlier, Mysterioso. It states that every natural number greater than 2 is the sum of 2 prime numbers. Okay. How does this relate to... Oh. Siska just pasted that into chat. What does that mean? How does that apply to accuracy? Let me just paste, we're gonna refer to as value and tempo. So within this paradigm, by the way that think of an even number divided by 2. Okay, even number 6. Okay, yeah, it's 3 plus 3. Okay, 10 is 5 plus 5. Or so it goes. Okay, how does this affect accuracy? How does that? It works for 6. It works for 10. I understand. How does this work? I'm not a math head. I love that. And like, guys, it just works. How does it work? Well, we don't know that yet. Guys, says Ronnie. Guys, my Gorm. I'm dumb. Okay, Ronnie. I mean, so am I. Please don't make it hard. You got it. Okay, so dealing big damage, we're gonna indicate these with red. Tempo is extra going fast. So we're gonna make you extra red. While value is more about getting a big bang for your buck, we're gonna make you orange. Big value support moves are absolutely. We're gonna represent you with like a big old green, and then tempo. We're gonna represent them with a blue, a la Magic the Gathering. There you go. Ah, that makes sense. Solar, thank you for explaining that. Kendra says TTRPG for like trigonometry nerds either is a thing or should be a thing. Dallas is currently working, but Dallas would be like, GURPS is right there. If you want lots of math in your game for no reason, GURPS is right there. So this is how we're gonna break down the moves in this game. Moves either apply a buff or a debuff. It's a support move. Or it deals big damage. Some moves might be in the middle. And some moves might have big value, which means that they give you a thing that may not pay off right now, but it might pay off big later. And moves that give you a good thing now, but they might cost a little bit more than you would normally want to pay. So, within this paradigm, we have types of moves that appear in games like Pokemon. Let me just draw a quick little figure, by the way. Gamba moves. You could think about it like Gamba moves. By the way, Maxi, why didn't you just look up Pokemon moves and populate this list with that? I already did, and it was a big mess. Hence why I'm having to make this from scratch. So I think one example of moves that are big, but come with a downside. Moves that are big. We're talking about like the Blizzard moves. The Blizzard moves in Pokemon, I would say they're big damage, but they're also tempo. Actually, no. Tempo means that you have to pay. You have to pay to get the good thing. Value is absolutely gambling. You know, we're gonna put gambling in here. Tempo is slash stable. So the moves like Blizzard and Thunder absolutely live up in this corner over here. These are moves that deal a lot of damage, but they are known to miss, and that's the gambling aspect of them. Big damage, but they might not hit. So we would recreate moves like this. Finally, a feature just for me. Oh my god, Kendra, I swear to God. So what would be the opposite of a move like Blizzard? It would be I actually think that I don't think there could be a move that gives you big damage and it's reliable. You know what? Actually, instead of it's reliable. Let's Go Gambling. Oh my god. My favorite Pokemon game. Let's Go Gambling Eevee and Let's Go Gambling Pikachu. Self-damage moves. Ooh, Double Edge. Ooh, Double Edge is actually a good way to think about that, actually. So, you know what? Yeah. Recoil. So, yeah. So, the recoil is this, okay? So, here's the explanation, okay? Blizzard, big damage, no cost, but it might not do anything. Likewise, recoil, you will do damage, but you will also hurt yourself. It is reliable, but it comes with a downside. We're essentially creating group families, so we can just create archetypes. Instead of developing every move individually, we'll just make them into families instead. That's the way that I like my brain to work. So a reliable, I realize, I know that this may seem like a nothing change, but please just believe in me when I say that this is actually, I need to change this, otherwise this won't make sense, by the way. We're also on break. I hate it. Let me get up and stretch, by the way. Hey, fellas. I would like to remind you that this stream is supported by viewers just like you. If you're enjoying the stream and would like to spoil my wife for her birthday, consider supporting me through coffee.com/mkirin. My wife's birthday is tomorrow, and I am so okay. They are not ready. I have so many surprises for my lovely wife tomorrow.
Dude, that's gay.
Anyways, I'm stretching. I'm up on my feet, and I would like to inquire about you, perchance, mayhaps even, stretching. I don't know if you heard my ankles cracking, by the way. Oh, I love these streams. These are so much fun. Kendra says, my cat Bo has emerged. Brave Bo. The bravest of us all. Kendra, I know Kendra moved into a new place, by the way, and they were really concerned about their cat Bo. Kendra, your cat is like, your cat would be dark type. Kendra's cat would be like dragon dark type. Don't be concerned, Kendra. I think Bo is okay. Bo is dragon dark type and has intimidate as its hidden skill, sturdy as its base skill. That's why her being scared is so sad. Nah, she's tough. She's toughing it out, okay? Big DMG Gamba. We'll just call it Blizzard for now. Blizzard Recoil. Now, what is the support equivalent of this? So the support equivalent of gambling is stun effects. Things like sleep, freezing, status effects that it's basically enemy debuffs actually. Enemy. Fellas, we need a bigger box. Enemy status. That's literally what it is. It's literally like you're stunning your enemy. They're likely to miss. Of course, they're likely to miss. But if you get them, big value. Okay, that's the way we're gonna sort this out. Now, old reliable. By the way, old reliable. In support moves, healing. We're talking rest. We're talking stuff like roost, recover, classic. Now, could we perhaps find the points at which things are balanced? A move that between dealing damage, brother, you're not just deals damage, by the way. Big damage and support moves. What's between these two axes? While still being on the other ones, we'll get there. So between a support move and a big damage move, I think it's like, a move with a feature with some sort of bonus. So this is either, by the way. Kirin, did you skip break or missed it? No, I got up and stretched. I sat down when there was like a minute left. So this is two options, by the way. This is either I hate it when it makes a list automatically. This is a status move that deals a little bit of damage, or we're gonna make you smaller, by the way. There's no way you're gonna fit. Deals damage, or no, I guess we might have to move this away from the corner, actually. Perhaps the way that I would do it. In old reliable, I think it would be a status move that has a chance of dealing a little bit of damage. Deals some damage and applies a reliable status effect / support. So for instance, a move like Mega Drain, I think, would count as the in-between of these. You know, it really, the dot is what's keeping us from just being centered. Are you kidding me? So I'm gonna put you, I think it's old reliable, but neither damage nor attack. Sorry, neither damage nor full support. So in here live, you know, Mega Drain. We'll just put Mega Drain in here as an aspect of what that particular guy would be. Now, what is the opposite of this? I think the opposite of this is quite clearly a move that deals a set amount of you know, it deals some damage and has a chance of, I almost feel like it has to be like, it does even less damage. Like it deals little damage, but has a high chance of a big bonus happening. So what kind of move is that? I almost feel like this is a Nuzzle. Nuzzle is the perfect thing that fits in here. Nuzzle, for people who don't know, is a Pokemon move where you deal a little bit of damage, but you have a high chance to stun the enemy target. That to me feels like the perfect balance between these. Am I gonna have to? I guess I should probably actually formally name these. So let's just, you know, let's just do this right now. You're toxic, by the way. You're toxic. I'm slipping under. Okay, so toxic deals no damage, but applies a buff / debuff consistently. No, ooh, actually, I do realize. No. I think it's I think there is enough randomness in just putting a buff that might do stuff later, actually. A debuff that doesn't do anything right away. There you go. There you go. That right there is the difference between... That's the difference right there. There we go. Healing immediately does something. Toxic does not. Oh my god, really? That doesn't make... I hate it. Okay, anyways. We're gonna copy you, honestly. We're gonna delete Blizzard. Can you, like... There we go, perfect. So this is Blizzard. Deals high damage. Deals very high damage, but has a chance of missing entirely, or has... No, that's it. Has a chance of missing entirely. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So perhaps moves like this in Zetamon might be moves where like on hit, you roll to see how much additional damage you do. I feel like that's the way you do it. So perhaps this would be a move that it does a flat amount of damage, and then the bonus damage that it deals is based on a dice roll. So we're gonna go back down here. We're gonna populate with double edge down here. This is double edge. Oh, it fits, thank god. This deals very high damage, but has a reliable downside. Has a reliable and predictable downside. Oh, that's so... Maxi, these books are no longer consistent, Maxi. I know, I hate it. Anyways, the last one is heal. As we mentioned before, thankfully we already have that. So now Solar Beam counts as double edge too, 100%. You are so right, Solar Knees, by the Solar Knees. I just realized your name is Solar Knees, by the way. Is your icon a cat? It's a cat, right? Because a part of me is like, if I squint my eyes, it kind of looks like a bee. So my brain was like, it's not. I was like, is it Solar Bees? No, it's like a dragon dog thing. Oh, the icon is sort of like a feline character, I see. This is of course rest. Heals or provides a reliable and predictable buff. Often with a downside. Oh, I'm stupid. It's Solar Ness. Oh. No, yeah, no wonder everyone makes a mistake, actually. Yeah, no, I do have dyslexia. Please forgive me. Now that I'm looking at it, I see it, and I'm like, how did I not see it? Maxi got the stupid. I'm stupid. I'm a little stupid. Solar Ness. That makes so much more sense. Unless it's perhaps Solar Kiness. Kiness. So Maxi, are you gonna do moves that are like in between the thingies? I'm gonna be entirely honest with you. I hate muddy moves. Like, I know there are people out there who love TTRPGs where they love to play a character that does everything badly, but they don't fail at anything, and that's boring to me. Oh, that's cute. I like that. Everyone makes the mistake. I feel in good company then. So, once again, our parameters are things that don't do damage, but apply counters, essentially. Big damage. Then we have gambling. I'm awake, yo. Hi, Noms. Good morning. Guten Morgen. How you doing, gay?
Hey, bud.
Dude, that's gay.
That's for Nomia, by the way. I feel like I had a dream where Nomia was in it. I think Nomia was in that dream. I had a dream where Nomia was in it. I forget what happened. But I remember waking up and being like, damn it, Nomia, I'm sorry, or something. I don't know. We got into a fight or something. Wow, Maxi and Nomia got into a fight? What is this, every Wednesday? Anyway, so we're coming up with the paradigms for how moves... Let me just save and close this thing, by the way. Oh, this does look good, though. I do love a good graphic. So, I don't think anything should exist in the center because a move that does everything is inherently boring and bad. So perhaps a move that's neither value or reliable. Is there even a point in having such a parameter? Nomia says, that's nice. I had a dream about sneaking a mouse onto a plane. You did what? Man, that could never happen in the United States. So, Solar says, a medium damage move with a 50-50 chance, like Fire Punch. That's what Maxi was fighting you about. Yeah, I was like, Nomia, you can't can't bring a mouse into the plane, Nomia. The TSA is gonna... We're not gonna... The plane's not taking off, Nomia. Not 50-50. You know what? I think Solar just pointed something out. Perhaps moves that have... Okay, so... Hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Kitty's here! Everyone shut up! Hi, Kitty! Hi, Kitty! How you doing, love? Everyone, please in chat, please wish my wife a happy birthday -1. Tomorrow is my wife's birthday. And we've gotten a few donations already from lovely watchers. So guess what? Kitty's gonna get some more Poke Cards. Yeah. Hi, Kitty. How's your day been? Hello. Aww, got him. Smoked them. It's Kitty's birthday today for me. It's true. So what I was thinking, by the way, because we were talking about like the types of moves that would be in this game, and you have like high damage with the possibility of not doing anything. Double edge, high damage but has a reliable and predictable downside. support moves that provide a benefit like healing, but it come with a downside. Good to hear. Kitty says it was fine. Kitty's day was fine. I was just on hold for like 16 minutes, but other than that, I'm good. Hell yeah, good to hear. So in supporting moves, we have like healing or providing buffs, usually with a downside, and then gambling support moves, where you do a big effect with big good counters, but either they don't do something right away, or or there might be a chance they don't do anything at all. So in between all of these guys, we have Nuzzle, of course, which deals little damage, again, between these two, but has a high chance of a big thing happening, like, applying stun on an enemy. Little damage, big effect. Mega Drain has a reliable effect. It deals some damage and has a reliable effect. Nuzzle, my beloved. Kitty does love Nuzzle. Nuzzle is a peak move. I knew Nomia would feel that way. So, what is a move type that would live between... So like, basic support moves that deal no damage? This is like... I'm not gonna lie, this is like the most boring kind of move. It's a move that like... This is essentially like tail whip. This is like, this move applies one thing, and it's fucking boring. Nobody would keep this move in their right mind. This is the boring moves. Boring moves. Oh wait, that's toxic. Wish with the delayed... No. See, toxic doesn't do anything right away. That's why toxic is value. Ronnie says, I'm so tired of Microsoft. What did they do this time? Other than all the bad stuff. Ronnie says, I'm one step away from installing Linux. I would kindly request you reconsider, because not everything for streaming works with Linux. Ronnie, I love you, but there's only so much we can do. This is essentially, could somebody please name a move in Pokemon that gives you one stat up and nothing else? Not two. Don't say Dragon Dance. I'm specifically thinking about like, oh, this is this is Harden, Sharpen or Harden, yeah. Oh, I hate that. This is why I don't update Microsoft, by the way. Ronnie says, Windows will force me to update and yet again install shit without my consent. Yeah, this is why I don't update. I'm still on Windows 10 and I'm not changing. This gives you a kinda boring buff or applies a boring debuff and nothing else. Gives or applies a boring buff / debuff and nothing else. That is string shot, by the way. It is string shot, by the way. Yeah, could we please get some Fs in chat for Kendra, who has to update their computer / iOS. So I'm not gonna lie, by the way, fun fact, I almost thought, could you imagine if I had a single thought in my head?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I almost updated Microsoft, or Windows, because I wanted new emojis. I just wanted new emojis. I'm a slut for emojis. I love emojis. I use them in my documents. And then I realized you can just download the new font that has the emojis, so I've been doing that. Now, what is a move that does big damage reliably? I guess this is essentially like these are the beam moves, actually. These are like the beam moves. It's like, does good damage and nothing else, like, ever. This is just like, it does what the tin says. I know you're thinking, Maxi, a lot of the beam moves have like added effects. Okay, name another Pokemon move archetype. It's not the punches. I don't know. It's just like a guy. It's just a beam. It's just a beam, man. Yeah, Ice Beam has a 10% chance to freeze, but that never happens. What, Flamethrower? Would you rather if it was Flamethrower? Is Flamethrower the better option for this, by the way? Shadow Ball? Does Shadow Ball have an added effect? I think it does. I think it's special defense down. Make it rain, says Nomia. By the way, I have to make it clear, anybody out there who knows about competitive Pokemon and it's like, Maxi, will this game have perhaps something like hazards and weather? Shut the hell up, okay? Oh, I was just thinking of Ice Beam. You're right. Let's put Flamethrower in there. Flamethrower is an example of a move that does damage and nothing else. So we have come up with all the families except I guess this is like the worst, by the way, for me is this right here in the center. It's fucking Tackle, man. Does okay damage, sometimes misses, does nothing else. These are this, I'm gonna tell you this right now, by the way. I'm gonna just make a hard judgment call. These are bad moves, by the way. This is a bad move, by the way. My mission is to give players moves that start out in these kind of bad corners. I don't know. Perhaps I'll just let players decide. But Tackle is definitely like... Kita says Tackle wins again. Tackle does not win. Tackle is bad, real bad, by the way. Tackle taking the L. I know Nomia was like, haha, that's fun wordplay. It is fun wordplay. It doesn't sound as good. It doesn't sound as good in my mouth. Yeah, that's what Maxi said.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh? Okay, so this now gives us the move archetypes that we were talking about earlier. So our move archetypes are high damage. We're gonna keep their beta names for now. Anyone want a jelly donut? How dare you? I should put that on the soundboard, honestly. Nothing like a delicious jelly donut. I mean, I have the Yu-Gi-Oh sounds.
It should have been me, not him.
Sapphire says, or Star, wow, I can't believe the centrists are boring and uninspired and also extremely annoying. Why are you why y'all laughing? That's just like the truth, though. Yeah, centrists are the worst ever. This is also just like my design brain. I prefer things that do explosive things or that create interesting design spaces. You would think Maxi, so you hate reliability, Maxi. No, I'm okay with tempo moves because they come with a downside. They tell you you can have the thing that's good, but you either have to pay more for it or they come with a downside that you have to work around. And I like that because that creates an interesting and fun gameplay choices, gameplay rooms, where you're like, well, if I know that this good move is gonna do recoil damage, I have to play around that. Nomia, Siska says, me as a GM banning players from playing true neutral. No, you have to believe in something. Smoke them. Got them. Alright, so moves that we're calling Blizzard moves. Deal high damage, but have... you know what? Actually, you know what? Have a chance of dealing very high damage. We'll just call him that. Flamethrower moves, as we established, does do okay damage and nothing else. These are kind of boring moves. I'm gonna put hashtag boring here because I think I'm gonna have the boring moves be like what characters start out with. Kitty says, I hate Blizzard and Hydro Pump. I'm sorry, I'm a hater for not 100% accurate moves. No, it's true. It's 100% true. The double edge, by the way, Maxi, double edge has a hyphen in there. You're so correct. Oh my god, Sapphire, chaotic indeed. So, deals medium, high damage, but comes with a downside. So these are the big damage family right here. Underneath them, we have the most boring guy of them all, Tackle. Does normal damage and nothing else. Boring. Like legitimately, I expect people. So I guess I have to stop and explain how I envision moves working in this game and training. The big thing for customizing your Zetamon will be helping them train, and training allows you to change the identity of the moves you have and reroll / add new traits onto them. So for instance, you could start out with a move like Body Slam and train your Zetamon to make that Body Slam more customizable, such as applying a status effect or affecting every enemy in the same zone, so becoming a wide effect, etc., etc. Perhaps it grants you a buff. So that customization is what's gonna make your unique Zetamon stand out from each other. Now, do I want to create like a move studio where like once you make a move, you can just teach it to any Zetamon? I don't know if I like that. I like the element of every Zetamon being a little bit different, as opposed to just making an army of Zetamon with the exact same moveset. That's a little bit uninspired for me. Then we have Mega Drain. Mega Drain deals normal / low damage. You're just jealous of my 6 EV team. 6 EVs, all with Sappy Zap and Batty Bad. All tackle, tail whip. There you go. Kitty says, "What's wrong, Maxi? You don't like having Protect on all of your guys?" Nomi says, "I get out of bed and the first thing Mary says to me is, 'Sorry if I woke you.'" Wait, hold up. Where's my correct eye? There you go. Tell Mary that everyone on my stream is checking their bingo boxes, by the way. I'm making Mary apologizing one of my bingo boxes now. And apply a consistent buff, debuff, or heal. A low tier consistent buff, debuff, heal. There you go. So now with this, we're creating like high tier, low tier, just like we have high damage, low damage, okay damage. I guess Flamethrower would be medium damage. Medium damage and nothing else. You know what? Perhaps Tackle has the downside of being like boring and having low accuracy. Does normal damage and has a downside. It's literally the worst of all worlds. Now, I know that the timer says that we're supposed to have a break, but I want to do dailies today. So I'm going to work for 10 more minutes. Wait, my expressions are all messed up. There we go. Now my expressions are back. We're going to work for 10 more minutes. I'm going to do a bio break, and then we're going to do dailies, okay? So we have the Mega Drain moves. We have the rest moves, which applies a high tier. I think this is, no, these are the medium tier. Medium tier buff, debuff / heal. Dude, we just made a breakthrough, by the way, by calling them tiers, actually. A medium tier debuff, buff, heal. Often with a predictable downside. There we go. So above that, we have Harden, which is also incredibly boring. Harden applies a low tier buff, debuff, heal. and nothing else. Boring. Tier is German for animal and beast. Oh, that's so funny. I like that. German is so funny. It is. By the way, are there any other German viewers other than Siska right now? Because I want you to know, by the way, that I'm making a commitment to my good German friends. I will make Schnick Schnack Schnuck one of the like default Zetamon. See, because first they're Schnick, then they become Schnick Schnack, and then get ready, Schnick Schnack Schnuck. There you go. Maxi, I don't know what the hell you just said. Don't worry about it. Let one of the Germans explain it to you. No way. Isn't it a great idea? The abracadabra simsala of Germans. There you go. Dude. If you want a schnick, you better be ready for schnack and schnook. Then we have the toxic types, which applies a high tier buff, debuff, heal. I love your captions trying to figure out schnick, schnack, schnook. What does it say? Connection nook? Snitch, connection, and nook, huh? Schnick. Schnack? Schnook. Man, it really doesn't know what to do. Shoutouts to my captions, by the way. Oh, actually, so I told you that I'm going to be doing a Dark Souls 3 playthrough. I actually made a whole different UI for the stream. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Let me show it to you. Will this cover me? This will not cover me. Let me just hide away for a second and hide this. Boop. Yeah, oh. Wait, hold up. Boop. There we go. In fact, I can even do this, actually. Put it in the Dark Souls 3 live captions. There we go. How about this, huh? That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, how's this, huh? This is pretty cute, huh? For a Dark Souls stream, huh? That's pretty cute, isn't it? I feel pretty smart when I figure this out. Yeah, Nomia likes it. There you go. Anyways, now I have to fix it back, if you all don't mind me. Boop. Boop. Gotta fix you. Gotta put you back to the live captions. The textbook matches it, to be honest. Oh, hell yeah. Boop. There we go. We're back to normal now. Alright, where was I? Okay, 6 more minutes. Toxic, they apply a high tier buff and debuff or heal. That with a downside or a chance to fail. And the last move is the Nuzzle type. Which does low damage. Deals low damage, but has a chance to apply a high tier, a high/medium tier debuff, heal, buff, whatever. So this has now given us what we're creating right now. By the way, we're designing the machine that will allow us to make moves on the fly. So this has given us, what are the levers that we have? The levers that we have for creating moves are as follows. What are our levers? The levers are damage, no damage, low damage, medium damage, high damage. We also have randomness, chance to fail, actually. Randomness, chance to fail, chance for extra effect, chance to do nothing. There we go. And then what else? We have the tier of the effect that's added. Added effect tier. We have low tier effects, which are like very simple, not very strong. Medium tier, and then high tier. Am I missing any? Oh, there's also downsides. Downsides. I guess downside could be essentially the randomness, now that I think about it, huh? Chance to fail. I guess there's downsides in randomness. Yeah, we're gonna copy that. Chance to fail. High tier, the Omni boost you could get from Ancient Power. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. Something like Ancient Power. There we go. Which I believe I already have like a mechanism for something like Ancient Power, but unfortunately it looks like you're all gonna have to wait until you see all the stupid keywords that I come up with. Chance to fail, chance for extra effect, chance to do nothing, and also Ominous Wind is another good example. Ooh, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So one of the downsides is randomness. Another downside is literally negative effects, such as, you know, recoil, aka minus HP. So instead of gaining HP, you lose HP. Debuffs on self, debuffs on allies, /allies, buffs on foe/foes. See, like we're making the mechanism, the little gears that we can like click together, right? So, you know, like, you know, just looking at this, you know, we could even apply like a cost or value system to these. So, for instance, like, this is reminding me, by the way, the following is going to be a very, very nerdy example. There was a strategy, an RTS game, a long time ago called Freedom Force, where you played as superheroes, and you were able to customize your superheroes' special abilities. But there was a point buy system where you had to essentially buy unique traits. And I'm like, well, imagine something like that, where there's like, you know, and you could also buy negative traits. I guess a system like this is not particularly unique. I guess Fallout had something like that as well. So for instance, you know, making it so your move deals no damage would give you, like, you know, plus a bunch of move points. So you can customize the move and go, you know what, I want to make my move do no damage. So now that gives you more points you can spend on adding additional effects, for instance. I want to make a note here. Perchance, moves can... move parts can have a cost/point value. Players can choose to shift/spend points to unlock new aspects. Anyways, that's it for me today. I am gonna close the timer because I don't need it no more. I am gonna go take a quick little bio break. I'm gonna be right back. Please don't go anywhere. I might pop one ad while I go get some water from the fridge. So, don't go anywhere. I'll be right back with Dailies. Sit tight. BRB. Hey, butts. I have to say we've made a ton of progress today, by the way. I know it doesn't feel like it. At least to me, it never feels like I'm making too much progress, but I can tell that I have made a lot of progress. Because, like, these move archetypes basically just make the blueprints for the way that moves are gonna work. And I'm so excited to literally keep working as soon as the stream is over. But for now, we're gonna shift gears just a little bit. And we're gonna go and do some dailies, okay? I do, by the way, first off, boop. Let me pop the music back on. There we go. Hello, welcome back in. I'm your navigator, Maxi, also known as I'm Kirin. Hello, what's up? So first and foremost, by the way, I do want to remind you that tomorrow is my wife's birthday, and any and all support is going directly to my lovely, incredible, beautiful wife. Let me show that image in high def, because it came out so cute. Oh my god. I'm so gay. I love my wife, fellas. I love my wife. Is it gay to love your wife, fellas?
Dude, that's gay.
Anyway, so I dedicate today's dailies to my wife, and all the dailies actually to my wife. Yeah, let's dive right in. As a trans woman, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Aww, I love you too, Kitty. Kitty deserves Pokemon cards. It's so true. Anyways, welcome to Dailies, the segment of the stream where we play games we can only play today. Welcome to Quirtle, where we do 4 Wordles at once, because it's the only way I can feel anything anymore. So, we always open with Rogue, followed by Saturn, then Blimp. This basically gives us the keys to the kingdom. So we have T-I-U-N-E. That is literally the keys to the kingdom. I must assume it's either I-T or I-N-E at the end. What is... It's on tie. The word is on tie. It is not on tie! It's Pokemon Unite, actually. It's Pokemon Unite, by the way.
Bingo!
We have 4 guesses for 3 words. Not bad. Soggy? I think it might actually be Soggy. I'm gonna listen to Dale, by the way. It was, in fact, Soggy.
Bingo!
Ooh. Pores. The pores. Is it because I'm poor? Kitty's favorite character from the game we're playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 3 letters that we need to complete the bottom left. We have 3 guesses and 2 words to guess. So a scout would be good. We haven't scouted the consonant combination of CH. Hi, Sofifi. Welcome in. Tiled? We haven't scouted D. I'm sending it for Nomia. It is not tiled, but that's enough. It's fillet. The word is fillet, Your Honor. Okay.
Bingo!
So now we just have to guess the last word with literally nothing to go on, by the way. So what if it's P-O, what, Porsche? Porch? I believe in porch. I believe in porch. I believe in porch. I'm old. I'm outside on my porch stealing kits to go home. I'm sending it. There we go.
Bingo!
4 for 4, baby. All right, let's go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Moving on to Guess the Game, where we guess the game by going to guessthegame.com. This is World of Warcraft. This is World of Warcraft. Thank you. It is not World of Warcraft. This looks like World of Warcraft. This is a Blizzard game. This is a Blizzard game or a Blizzard adjacent game. What is this? That's RuneScape. This is not RuneScape. This looks too good for RuneScape. Also, RuneScape uses the kind of shading from N64 games. Also, the shading that I have in my body, where it's just literally the polygons being colored in. So it is not RuneScape. I'm skipping 1, by the way. This really feels like it could be a Blizzard game, though. Villains, if you're at least telling... This is the Dragon Quest font. Is this the Dragon Quest remaster? Are you killing me? Are you kidding me? This is Dragon Quest. But this doesn't look right, though. It's Builders! Kitty's so correct! Ah! It's Builders. It's Builders 2, by the way. I now know it's Builders 2, by the way. There you go. There you go. Big shoutouts to Kitty, by the way. Big shoutouts to Kitty. Kitty got it so well. It is, in fact, Builders. The font, I knew the font, but it is Builders 2 because it opens up in a ship. The fuck is Builders? Nobody else know about Dragon Quest Builders? It's great. It's like they made Minecraft, but like they made it like fun. It's actually a really fun game, by the way. Embark on a new quest. Huh? How well do I know foliage? Guess the audio? Wait, hold up. There's new game modes? Okay. How well do I know foliage? I'll embark on it. Maybe another time? Okay. You're presented with a screenshot, video, or audio clip. Okay. Alright, it's the same thing. Okay. This is a Rareware game. This is Donkey Kong 64. It's Donkey Kong 64, or it is, it's Conker's Bad Fur Day. Ooh, Ronnie says Spyro? Spyro? The Spyro the Dragon? It is not Spyro the Dragon. Oh, no, I want to keep guessing. Where is this from? Is it just Mario 64? Oh, is it just Mario 64? Oh, that's kind of boring. Okay. This is Breath of the Wild, by the way. This is Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Okay. This is Death Stranding. Okay, this is Death Boring, by the way. This is actually not entertaining. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. I actually don't know what this is. Gotta start easy. I don't know what this is. Is this Horizon Zero Dawn? It's not Horizon Zero Dawn. The Witcher? Elden Ring? No, the grass is not that big in Elden Ring. Although, you know, no. If it was Red Dead, Ronnie would have said it. I'm gonna try Witcher. That's The Witcher 3. Yeah, the lighting doesn't say Red Dead. Flowers. What kind of flowers swaying in the wind? Is this Sekiro? No. Dark Souls 3? I don't know. No, the lighting is not right. I'm gonna skip it. Is this? Wait, is it God of War? God of War Ragnarok? No. I will say that, oh, that is Elden Ring. You're so right. That is Elden Ring. Okay. Okay, looking at grass on stream, I know I've never touched it, but this seems kind of boring. I'm gonna move on. Let's attempt the audio guessing game. That's Chrono Trigger, baby. That's Chrono Trigger. That's Chrono Trigger. That is the haw sound. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Access denied.
Is that System Shock? No. It's Deus Ex. No? System Shock 2?
Access denied. Access denied.
This is not Doom. This is not Doom. I'm skipping it because I don't know what it is. That's Metal Gear Solid. Shut the hell up. What do you think I was born yesterday? That's Metal Gear Solid. Is it from Quake? I'll try Quake. It is not Quake. That's Pokemon Red. Pokemon Blue.
Ready to roll out.
What the hell is this? Ready to roll out. Ready to roll out.
Ready to roll out.
Oh, this is it's StarCraft. It's StarCraft. It's different. It's StarCraft. Okay, StarCraft 1? Yeah, okay. GoldenEye for the N64, and don't call me Shirley. Oh my god, 007 GoldenEye. You think I wouldn't recognize? I literally, Maxi's in there. I'm in my lane. By the way, I already told people that we're streaming together tomorrow. By the way, Chrono Trigger tomorrow. I can literally hear having to aim by holding the R button on the N64 controller. I can hear it.
Thank you.
This is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. He also says, "What can I do for you?" Okay, thank you. That's Sonic the Hedgehog. You don't have to don't play the rest of the sound. I get it.
Thank you.
This is the librarian shopkeeper from Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I recommend playing that game. It's actually a really fast playthrough. That is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. New Age of Heroes. It's Marvel vs. Capcom, the original. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I leave Marvel vs. Capcom? Where did I leave it? Is it it's not 3. Oh, Clash of Heroes. There you go. It's not Clash of Heroes. Is it 3? Is it 3? This is, unless is it Street Fighter versus Marvel? Okay, wait, is this, cause, by the way, that's the sound that I play when I transition. Wait, is this Children of the Atom? No. It's from Street Fighter. Street Fighter what? Is it Street Fighter 3? Oh my god, it turns out I'm a fake fan, by the way. Street Fighter 3rd Impact. Just give me 3, brother. I just want 3. Just give me the 3rd Impact, brother. It's not Street Fighter 2. Oh, Street Fighter 3rd 2nd Impact. There you go. I'm skipping it because I know what it is, by the way. I'm skipping it because I don't know what...
Okie dokie.
That's Super Mario 64. I'm not wasting my guesses on a guy that I already know. Is this... This is A Link to the Past. No. You're all wrong. It's A Link to the Past. You think I wouldn't know? You think I wouldn't know A Link to the Past when I listen to it? Final Fantasy 7. And get the hell out of my face. Excuse me? No idea what this is. Straight up, I have no idea what this is. Straight up, I'm moving on. I know you. Where are you from? I know you. Oh, it's Crash! Thank you, thank you. Okay, alright. That one goes to Siska and Dale, by the way. That's Yoshi. That's just Yoshi's story. Oh, it's a Mario. Oh my god, it's Super Mario World. Super Mario World. I'm sorry. Super Mario World. Where did I put the world? World. That's the sound Nomia makes, yeah. The hell is that? It's a boomerang? No idea. Is this Wind Waker? No. Okay, moving on. This is Banjo-Kazooie. I would recognize that Whimsy anywhere. It's not Banjo-Kazooie. This is a rare game. It's only 90s games, Maxi. Is it only 90s games? It does sound like Nomia dropped all of their coins. No idea. Why is it talking about my friends like that? This is a racing game. Could it perhaps be Cruisin' USA? No? Okay, I'm moving on. Was it Gran Turismo? Thank you. That one goes to Dale, by the way. This is Mario Kart. Let's go with Mario Kart 64. Yep, I need that's Zelda, says Kitty. Are you sure about that? This is just you're opening the door on some guy pooping. I'm skipping you. I know who you are. I know who you are. Oh, it's Resident Evil. God damn it. You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. Wait, Resident Evil 2. There we go.
Toasty! Toasty!
Toasty? Who the hell is Toasty?
Toasty!
Is this a Banjo game? Is this Conker's Bad Fur Day? Oh, it's Mortal Kombat. Thank you. I wouldn't have known this one. Oh, Mortal Kombat 2?
Updated my journal. Updated my journal.
This is Deus Ex. It's not Deus Ex. Who's updated their journal?
Updated my journal. Updated my journal.
You, Cade and Kendra?
Updated my journal.
Silent Hill? Holy shit, is that Silent Hill? It's not Silent Hill. That's the sound that I make. That's the sound I make. Yep. All right. I give up. That was Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island.
Updated my journal.
This was. Oh, I have to give up in each one individually. Oh my god. Planescape Torment. Oh, Siska, I'm so sorry, Siska. Oh, this is from Silent Hill. Moron is from Fallout 2. Donkey Kong Country. Diablo. Oh, okay. Super Metroid. Yeah. See, the thing is that I wouldn't know. Just Street Fighter 2, huh? Man, fake fan.
Access denied.
Half-Life, I wouldn't know. I haven't played Half-Life. Anyways, we have 10 minutes left. Today's Tuesday, by the way, which means Ronnie is streaming today, right, Ronnie? While Ronnie replies to me, let's do the Pokedoku, which is a Sudoku backwards, but it's a Pokemon and a Sudoku and like a crossword. Maxi, you're just making up words now. I am. So our categories are Final Evolution, Kalos, Ground, Ice, Bug, and Electric. Nomia says, I was gonna say suggest Metroid. I need to believe in myself more. You do. You do need to believe in yourself more, Nomia. So Kalos is gonna be a problem, except Kalos is a Molga. Because Pachirisu was Gen 4. Huh? Is Kalos not electric? Am I crazy? Sorry, it's a Molga not in Kalos? Is Unova? I do it every fucking time. I do it every time. I forget Emolga is from New York, not France. Ah! Wait a minute, you're not from Gen 4. You're not from Kalos. I's from Kalos. Okay. As we all know, France doesn't have flying squirrels. Thank you for that, Kitty. You know what? That's a quote, by the way. Kalos is Gen 6. Just tell me it's France. That's all I need to know, okay? Guys, what ice types do they have in Kalos? I can't think of a single one. Dino? Your Dino. My Dino is Amora? I thought Amora was Gen 4. Oh, really? Wow. Well, I guess a broken clock is right twice a day, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By the way, for anybody wondering, that sound is also from Street Fighter, by the way. That's when you confirm your settings in Street Fighter 3 Third Impact. You literally have him in your team. I thought he was from Gen 4. I thought he was from Gen 4 or Gen 5, you know? Because they brought a bunch of guys back for Kalos. Kalos has like 50 Pokemon that are new. A final evolution in Kalos? You mean Chestnut? My beloved? Final evolution that's ground type? There actually aren't a lot of ground type final evolutions, but what about Crocodile? I love him. He's ground dark. A final evolution bug type. Oh my god, if only I knew a bug. If only I knew a bug. If only I knew a single bug. Bug Ice, that's Snom, baby. It's literally Snom and like one more other guy. Do Vikavolt for Bug Electric. Oh, you're so right, by the way. You're so right. You're so true for you're so real for that, Dale. Electric Ground? That's Stunfisk. That's Stunfisk, baby. I have one more guess. Ice Ground. Ice Ground, that's Mamoswine, baby. That's Mamoswine. Alright, so I missed. It's just Dedenne and Helioptile. Okay. As for other ground ice, it's literally the Mamoswine line and nothing else. Perfect. Bug Electric, it could have also been Joltik, I guess. There's only 2 electric ground, by the way. I love that. Shoutouts to Sandy Shooks, by the way. Shocks. There's a lot of you. I'm not gonna bother looking at you. And yeah, there's only 2 ice bugs, by the way. Nomiya hates Mamoswine? What the hell? What's wrong? What's his damage? What's wrong with Nomiya? What did Mamoswine do to you? Anyways, welcome to GameDole.wtf, where we guess the game by guessing the game. This is Demon Souls, by the way, the original. Thanks for coming, by the way. Thanks for coming. Thanks for what? Can I guess the game by looking at the artwork? This is Mortal Kombat. This is Mortal Kombat 2. Holy shit. This is Mortal Kombat 2. This is Mortal Kombat. Wait. Gruesome 3D combat. Oh no. This could be Mortal Kombat 4. I had a feeling. This is a goddamn ad for the game, by the way. Can I guess a game by looking at the keywords for that game? Deck, block, and curses. This is Inscription. Thank you for coming today, by the way. Thank you for... Huh? Oh, wait. Hold up. This is Slay the Spire. Hold up. Forgive me. That's Slay the Spire. Forgive me. It's Slay the Spire, not Inscription. Now, lastly, let's guess a game by guessing the game. I will always, because it's my wife's birthday stream, I will open with Nier Replicant, unless Kitty has another game that would like me to open with instead. While Kitty lets me know, I am gonna open up Ronnie's stream. Twitch.tv/Moontones. New Pokemon Snap, says Kitty. You got it, beautiful. By the way, my good friend Ronnie is streaming in 4 minutes. I kindly request that you go check them out. But first, let's wrap up Guess the Game with New Pokemon Snap. This is a game From before 2021, it is not on the Switch, or fantasy, or simulation. It is not just single player. A game from before 2021. Let's guess a multiplayer game in the form of Overwatch. It is an in-house engine game. It is not a shooter or a strategy game. It is not science fiction. And it is not just multiplayer. It is a third-person game. It's probably a racing game. I actually do believe that. I'm gonna take Dale's guess with our racing evolution. It is in fact 2003. Holy crap, Dale. It is not racing though. It's an Xbox title. It's an Xbox title. It's an Xbox One and Xbox 360. Or Xbox... Wait. It's an Xbox game? 2003. Is this Halo? Is this Halo? Is this just Halo Combat Evolved? No, because it's not a shooter. That's right. Is it Fable? It could be Fable, actually. No, it's not Fable. It's not Xbox, but it is on the Xbox. What is this, like Blue Dragon? What is this? Is this one of the many JRPGs that they put in on the Xbox just to get people to buy it? Fable is Fantasy Boss. Yeah, you're super right. It's not racing, it's not simulation, it's not role-playing. Perhaps a platformer? A third-person platformer? What is this? Not Jade Empire. Oh my god. Game with a lady. She has a stick. She fights with a stick. Don't say Beyond Good and Evil. It's not Beyond Good and Evil. You're the one-time clue, Max. Wait, but it's not Xbox, though. Who the hell put their third-person platformer on the Xbox? You know, give me the clue. Oh no, fellas, it's a sports game. Oh no, it's a sports game. It's a sports game. Okay, so NFL. Okay, NFL Street? Okay, it's not Electronic Arts. A sports game, but it's not Electronic Arts? So it's not FIFA then. It's probably Pro Evolution Soccer. Oh my god. Pro Evolution Soccer 6. Well, it's not Pro Evolution Soccer. Is it Tony Hawk? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Pro Skater? Okay, so is it Underground? Tony Hawk. It must be Underground, because it couldn't be 4. Because it's 2 years after 3. It must be 4. It must be 4. I'm sending it. It was Underground! I didn't believe in myself. So bad. So bad. I should have believed in myself. Maxi, you fool. Hey everyone, Ronnie's streaming right now. Please go check out Ronnie, by the way. Look how cute Ronnie is. Ronnie's so cute. Please check out my good friend Ronnie. My good friend Ronnie is streaming right now. Please go check them out. I'll be back tomorrow streaming on Nomia's channel, !Nomia Victory. Please, by the way. What the hell's... Since when can Ronnie's head do that? Wow, and here I thought I had a big head. Ronnie's cute. I agree. Ronnie's very cute, by the way. Go and give Ronnie a watch, by the way. And don't forget, you can still support the stream by going to coffee.com/mkirin and give me some money so I can buy my wife more Pokemon cards. Thank you for joining me today. Have a lovely rest of your day. I'm gonna go rest up and work on the moves off screen. Live in pain. The day after tomorrow I'll be playing. I will be playing when my eyes fix themselves. I will be playing Dark Souls 3 with Siska, which is Ronnie's partner, and also Plaguesworth. Please keep an eye out for that. And that's it. I'm out. Take care. Have a lovely rest of your day. Say hi to your mom for me, and take care. Bye bye. Beep boop. Fellas, is it gay to love your wife?
Dude, that's gay.